really doesn't change much for lawmakers here. That's why House Speaker Johnson and Democratic leader Jeffries have launched a bipartisan task force today to investigate the assassination attempt and try to figure out how to fix the Secret Service.
President Biden's now testing negative for COVID. His doctor's releasing a statement today saying the president's symptoms are resolved. He's due to return to the White House tomorrow. America is listening to Fox News.
Well, summer's here and the weather is beautiful. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick producer and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler flounder at the controls. 106.3. It's Tuesday. Stand by now. Here we go.
Know the day I was born.
Well, here we go. A lot of politics, a lot of stuff. Carmelo and the president and the things, and holy moly, here we go. Let's see what's going on. Pete Davis and the mountains of Macon. What's news there?
I have one question.
All right,
Since Biden has emerged from his lair,
Yeah, he's alive, supposedly.
did he see his shadow or not?
Well, the thing is, he's still, I mean, there's still nothing's changed. I mean, but we're just in the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen. Incidentally, for the record, this is an insurrection. The Democrats have pulled off not only a coup, they've actually committed an insurrection. They have taken their leader out of his leadership position to run again for president when he's able to do it, when they're theoretically able to do it, legally at least. I mean, this is out. It's just, the party to save our democracy, so-called, is making sure that they've altered the democracy. So I mean, it's just out. I mean, is it only us on the conservative side of satire and cynicism say, you idiot, look at what you're doing? I mean, how could they not see that they're exactly the opposite of saving our democracy? They try to keep them off the ballot in Colorado and a bunch of other states.
They don't care about democracy.
Oh, man,
they don't care a bit.
It's hysterical. And Carmela's side piece, by the way, I showed at her, she's got a rally now in Milwaukee. They showed the picture late this morning as I was getting ready, and I was one last shot at the TV. Late this morning, there were 20 people outside her rally site in Milwaukee. The morning, a few hours, like 3 hours before her speech, 20 people. Can you imagine if Trump was going to be, when he did, he had 30 grand. 20 people were there.
Did she hold it at 8 in the morning before they get up?
I mean, they're still milking the cows, or so I don't know. I mean, anyway. And Flounder, what's new with you, sir? Happy Tuesday. What's going on?
All is well with me.
There you are. Well,
nothing new.
I should, I should just have a tape pump, with boom, bam, and there you are. In fact,
everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Nothing to see here. Keep moving.
I should just hold up a sign. Well. If anything's different, hold up a sign. Otherwise, it's like I'm bothering them. I'm fine. Get out of here. By the way, what was going on last night? It was at a Braves parade, I guess, when I left here.
Oh, yeah.
God, I had no idea. They were lining up for miles, it looked like. Thousands.
A lot of great players. Chipper Jones was in there. Jair Georgia. There was a lot of great old Braves in there.
Ryan Klesko, cool. When I was walking down, he was who I was passing.
Oh, man, I haven't seen Klesko and those guys in 20 years. Or what? God, has it been 20 years? Probably 15. When was Klesko playing? 98, 99, somewhere in there?
He was, 97,
maybe?
we were drinking with him in a bar at the Copley up there in Boston. So
Holy
that was 97.
smokes. Anyway, 306, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number. We love phone calls, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got all the newsy stuff. We'll talk about the president. And by the way, again, please, all these people on the Democrat side who are praising our current president as the savior of the country, and his record is he's the greatest. He's a criminal. He's a slime bag. He's an almost rapist. He's a digital rapist. He's a pervert. He's a child molester. He's a traitor to his country. He's a disgrace and an empty shirt. Look what he's done to our nation, and what's happened to our nation under his watch. Gender, little boys and girls. I mean, everything. It's all his. Do not feel sorry for this man. He's a freaking disgrace. He's a disgusting. Let's not forget the crime family. 20-some offshore accounts, millions of dollars, and they know the big guy. I mean, come on. This is all legit. And again, I'll say it for the record. When he leaves office, if he's still alive, if he makes it through the rest of his term and is still alive, then I say if Donald Trump is president and cleans house on the DOJ and gets rid of all the top echelon of the FBI and everybody else, then I say you arrest Joe Biden and charge him with the crimes he's responsible for, including the secret documents by his freaking Corvette, just like they charged Donald Trump. If he's good enough to be president, he's good enough to be charged. And his DOJ won't do it, so somebody ought to. And I say hound him to the last of his freaking days. Make him appear before Congress, make him get depositions, and his stinking enabling wife, the cuckold queen, all of them. Get his granddaughter in there to say how she get the money from Uncle Cousin Ceausescu in Romania for some reason. Get them all before Congress. Do not let them get away with this. They are not people to be respected. They are not to be admired. They are to be shamed. This is the word. This is the white. Oh, in fact, I'll give you an example. And by the way, it may be me. I heard one teeny thing about this issue, and it really, really bothered me. In fact, I got a little thing on my phone here, I think. The other day, hold on, I got to find it. I got it right here. The other day, Joe Biden's little brother, Frank, was asked by, I think, somebody on CBS or some a Politico or someplace. Little brother Frank, Joe Biden's little brother Frank, was asked about Joe leaving office and his health and so on and so forth. And basically, little brother Frank said something to the effect of a couple of things. He says, "Well, I guarantee you that his health is just fading, and that's the decision. That's why they made the decision. And I think it's only fair because he's such a great guy and everything. And I want him to be able to enjoy the rest of his time. I want him to be able to enjoy the rest of his life," indicating clearly that he's on the downhill. I mean, even the little brother knows he's fading. And then, son of a gun, as soon as he said that, following Frank Biden's comment, a source close to the Biden family told CBS the president's brother is an alcoholic and his claims were completely untrue. Frank Biden, quote, Frank Biden suffers from alcoholism and hasn't spoken to his brother, the president, in weeks. What he said about President Biden's health being a factor in his decision is completely untrue. What a white trash family. I mean, honestly, have you ever? It's 10 times worse than the Clintons. I mean, they're just corrupt. I mean, these people are freaking white trash. Honestly, in fact, that gives white trash a bad. I won't say what the normal generic thing is because that's offensive to people who are generically called white trash. I mean, this is appalling. They turn on the little brother. He's just a drunk. You don't know what he's talking about. Holy cow.
Is it because they're in Delaware, they're not considered white trash? You can only call people from the South white trash or something?
I mean, isn't it amazing? And some of the biggest racists ever in America are from Boston. I mean, the whole Northeast. And I mean, come on, you're killing me with all this stuff. Jesus. I mean, God. The townies, the toonies, and Charlestown. Oh, my God. Anyway, 310 already. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Another quick thing before we get into all our politics and stuff. Pete's tweets got a whole bunch of fun tweets. And you'll hear some sound of stuff in Donald Trump. He was on Jesse Walker. Waters, an exclusive kind of a sit-down interview with both him and J.D. Vance. But a couple things I've noticed. Flounder does our great promos. We have promos that play all day long that kind of tease our show and stuff like that. And Flounder puts them all together, and we're really, he really does a great job of them. One of them that's playing now is about when I was talking about my daughter Sarah's birthday, and my present didn't get there, and Flounder finally plays, "Oh, Daddy," that little sound thing. Well, just for the record,
I had to edit that. It was about a minute and a half because I wasn't listening, and that was the whole funny part of it.
I know. Well, that's okay. Again, he's got stuff to do in there, so frequently you'll say, "What was that again?" in the middle of the show. Sorry, you missed it. But I just wanted to remark to you, it isn't as though she didn't hear from her daddy. What happened was, when I mailed the package, I took a picture of it, and I UPS'd the package, and I took a picture of it and sent it to her. Then that night I called and said it's on the way. A couple days later, I said it should be getting it by Wednesday, whatever. And so I was texting her, talking to her every day, so she knew it was coming, and it wasn't as though Daddy disappeared and she never heard from Daddy on her birthday. I didn't want to give the impression that she didn't hear from me because she didn't get her package on my birthday. I talked to her every day, and so anyway, just for the record, because I really put some thought into it too, and she loved your silly present. Anyway, just for the record. Okay, 312, and here's the number again: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Braves are in town, and I don't know what happened last night.
They lost again.
No, oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I did see a sports headline this morning about isn't the trade deadline's coming up pretty soon?
Yep, pretty soon.
Any thought? Holy crap! It's sports coming up in a couple hours, but in the meantime,
they need a hitter. They need someone who can hit because nobody's really.
But who do you trade for? If you want a good hitter, you got to get rid of somebody you want.
I know, and it's not. They don't
not
have
be a pitcher, is it?
Farm system right now, so
we need. Yeah, I mean, we don't. Man, well, again, it's
Well, the thing is, with all the injuries, do you go for it this year or just say we'll see what we can do this year, and everybody will be healthy next year? But because you probably won't have Max Fried next year.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to give away the future. You don't want to give away the future. You do the best you can. And plus, I don't know how long Philadelphia is going to be doing. Are they still ripping it up? Are they still like 8-9 ahead of us?
They're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah. So maybe they'll go into a slump and we'll catch within 3-4 games, get to the playoffs, and then anything could happen. Well,
wild card is the best I think the Braves are going to get right now.
Anyway, 313 404-741-1230. Have you heard about Fluffy Coke? That's coming up. But we got all the politics coming up. Finally, President's crime family, stupid pervert disgrace of an American white trash family guy has showed up in public. And we got a guy who does like 9 different voices of all the people in the news about Biden and everything else. That's coming up. Also hear from Carmela's side piece. We got some new cheers for Carmela running for president. All coming up. 313, Kevin Pete and Flounder right here.
President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
History making decisions like these are not to be taken lightly, which is why the conservative voice of Atlanta brings you the local and national voices you need most to make sense of all the noise. We bring you proud veterans, Atlanta Talk radio legends, and local perspectives that shape our communities.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months right here on XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on XTRA 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies.
Besides, what are you going to say to him? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to him, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they're not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Remember when Bill Clinton's kinky health education secretary, the one who was in favor of pleasuring yourself rather than girls getting pregnant, was the one they asked her about her music selection? She said, I love Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton is probably one of my favorite singers. I mean, this woman said, I know how girls can stop getting pregnant. I'm like, no, stop. Don't, God. Anyway, 317. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 2011 this day, a yellow Ferrari previously owned by Eric Clapton sold for 66,000 pounds. What's that, 70, 80 grand maybe? The rare 2003 Ferrari a Ferrari 575 Maranello had only 10,000 miles on it. Snapped up by a private buyer at a sale at the classic car sale in Silverstone, Northamptonshire, England. Now, see, why do they have 3 freaking names? Come on. It's either Silverstone, England, or Northamptonshire, England. Northamptonshire, England. My God, man. The yellow Maranello was bought new by Mr. Clapton, who signed its service book. Later sold to BBC radio presenter Chris. We should be presenters. Yes, I'm a presenter on 106.3.
You gotta look sideways at the camera when we do it.
I got to present you with it. Here, I got something for you right here.
Or like Monty Python does, you walk by the camera like this, and then you come back the other side and do this.
Turn the other way. And now let's look at the news. I used to actually do that. And now let's look at the news. I just turned sideways.
They did a skit where the presenter would walk across the screen, and as soon as he got to one end, another presenter behind him would walk back across with the same story, going back and forth.
The first TV news story I did on film when I came back and got out of the Marines. I was working for Cool Television in Phoenix, Arizona. I did radio in the morning, and then went to school at Arizona State, and then came back and did TV in the evening, 7 days a week. And on TV, one of my first stories was, and this was back in the days of film. There's no videotape. It was film. I used to edit the film in the editing room anyway. And so the camera guy said, let's do this fancy. So he had me actually walking out of scene and then panned over. And then I turned around and walked in from the other direction. We had the damnedest time trying I said, let's just do it straight, okay? Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got distracted there. And what was that? Flounder, did you want to tell me something here? Are we okay? We got all set to go. Oh, my God, here we go, 319. Bam, Pete's
that's what you were cueing me for.
Well, we know what to do it here. This is perfect. It's 320 and we got Pete's tweet.
Remember the TV show House of Cards?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The one where Kevin Spacey starred in until these sex allegations came out and he had to step aside. Yeah. There's now a campaign ad showing his face as the political character Frank Underwood. He's running for president. It says, now is my time, and it uses his initials, Frank Underwood, initials,
FU,
2024. FU 2024. I think I want that poster.
I love it.
Stormy Bot K tweets a mosaic of Kamatras Harris's face. It's made up of 5,000 images of all the black men she incarcerated for smoking marijuana when she was Attorney General of California.
What'd you call it again? To read the first part?
Camattress.
That's
what I'm calling her from now on.
Woman's got hinges on her heels.
Seriously. Stucco. I think I'll do the ceiling in stucco.
Boy, hey, there's a leak on the ceiling.
Not the Bee reminds Camattress what her new job might entail by taking it down to her level to explain it.
Yeah.
So, the president is a person. This person leads a country. The country is called the United States. The president makes big decisions for the country. So basically, the president is important and has a lot of responsibilities. And these are big responsibilities because of how big the country is.
You know what would be hysterical is to have AI do her impersonate her. I'll bet that would be freaking hysterical. And it would be all ridiculous. Word salad. Holy smokes. Can you imagine? Oh, my lordy. By the way, our quick birthday list here. Woody Harrelson's birthday, 63. What a career he's had. Started off as that idiot, what's his name on Cheers? What was it called? Wasn't Woody. What was it? Was his name Woody? Woody. Yeah, I think. No, wait a minute. Oh, my God. What was his freaking name? It was Woody, I think, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, Woody Harrelson.
It was Woody Boyd.
Woody Boyd, yeah.
From Hanover.
There you go. I remember his cute little blonde girlfriend who used to tell him that, I used to do some photography, and the guy would say it's a lot better with your clothes off, so I thought that was fine. He goes, excuse me? Anyway.
What?
And then he did that murder movie where he and that little skanky girl were killing people all over the country or something, and he did
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers, and didn't he do a white men jumping basketball movie and stuff?
Rodney Dangerfield was in Natural Born Killers.
I never saw that movie, I'll be damned.
He played their crazy
He was the
father.
dad. That was one of his scariest roles ever. He was just super creepy.
What was his character?
He was the girl. Was it Julie?
Her father, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the father of the Woody's girlfriend.
Yeah,
is it Julie?
Wasn't that the girl who also played on the Robert De Niro one where he was a criminal on the boat and he tried to kill the family on the boat?
Cape Fear.
Yeah, Cape Fear, and she was
Juliette
also
Lewis.
in the Yellow Jackets.
Juliette
Lewis in Yellow Jackets. Yeah, that's when I mean, what an awful scene when Robert De Niro kissed her on the mouth in the grade school or whatever it was. That was really, really creepy. Anyway, Woody Harrelson, 63 years old today. Let me make a note of the thing there, and. A rather bizarre. Oh, speaking of kissing, 1986 on this day, Prince Andrew, remember, linked with the teenage girl at Epstein Island. Prince Andrew on this day married the commoner Sarah Ferguson at Westminster Abbey. They divorced 10 years later after Sarah, formerly known as the Duchess of Pork, after she became famous for the picture of her on a beach with a guy sucking on her toes, which was kind of,
I interviewed her once.
Did you?
Miller Pope kept trying to get me to ask her these questions that were open. So I did it. And it went right over her head. She had no clue what I was talking about. I was making all these innuendos about toe sucking and everything. Clue.
Are you serious? I bet she knew and was trying to pretend like she didn't.
No, she's dumber than a hammer.
Oh, my, really? I mean, there was a picture of, was it a beach in Texas or her Texas boyfriend or someplace?
No, it was in Europe.
Was it in Europe? I can't remember where. But it wasn't a guy an American... I think maybe it was the guy from Texas.
Probably.
I don't remember. Anyway, he's going to be sucking on her toes.
Who sucks people's toes? That's the most disgusting thing. No, I wouldn't even suck Linda Carter's toes in the 70s. I'm not going to do it.
Well, no, you got to have the right. I mean, that's not a common thing. I'm clearly. She's got to have some great feet. I mean, just, 324.
If a woman sucks your toes, would you kiss her afterwards?
Well, no. If she sucked your toes, the answer is no. 324. Speaking of creepy, President Slimebag Traitor Murder Person, Joe, was finally seen in public holding a mask over his face, walking from his beach home in Rehoboth to the Dover Air Force Base. He wasn't seen leaving his house and first appeared when he got on Air Force One. He supposedly has recovered from COVID, and he says tomorrow night at 8 he'll address the nation from the Oval Office on what he's done. His campaign events have all been canceled. The White House says he's too weak and too senile to be shown in public, and we're too afraid to let him out where the media might get at him, unquote. I may have misquoted that a little bit. And again, so he's alive. They say he's alive and stuff like that. And again, don't forget what they did to his brother. His brother said he's really, he's going downhill, and they said, his brother's a drunk, doesn't know what he's talking about. White trash. Absolute white trash. Okay, Secret Service director is out. Kim, got a boy's name, Cheadle. Kimberly is a girl's name. Cheadle has resigned finally. She said, "It is with a heavy heart I have made the difficult decision to step down. I'll be a distraction and so forth." So she said it wasn't fair. Well, it's, my God. There was no way that she could have kept her job. And two things. Again, I don't want to get into the whole thing about it. And incidentally, there are more investigations. This isn't done by a long shot. And Donald Trump even indicated something. We'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, two questions I have just off the top of my head, or one question and one comment. How did the would-be assassin hide a full high-powered rifle and scope 150 yards from the podium before the president made his speech? How is it possible that they don't have gun and bomb ammo sniffing dogs anymore? Hell, every time I've covered a president, they say don't bring your gun to the airport waiting for him to there because the dogs will be sniffing your minicam. I mean, my God, how could? And by the way, a full rifle. I mean, this is not a sawed-off shotgun. It's a freaking, I don't know if it was an AK or a Bushmaster. It could be whatever it is. It's a freaking rifle with a scope on it. So, it's not like it's a thing. It's a big thing.
It doesn't fold up.
Yeah, and he hid it behind an air conditioning vent or something. You got to be Shinola-ing me.
It wasn't Ron Popeil's
pocket fisherman. Pocket sniper rifle, yeah. My God. I mean, seriously, how the hell can you hide a scope and a rifle behind a trash can where the president's going to speak 150 yards away? I mean, that's what killed 150 yards.
Not only that, there's new video on Twitter where people are videotaping the window behind the building.
Yeah,
they can
clear sight.
You can have a clear sight of where the shooter was.
In fact, one of the congressmen, I forgot his name, but I should have gotten it. He did some interviews about it. He's a former Navy SEAL, and he went up there and he said, "Oh my God!" He said, "That's the first." I mean, it was just so obvious the lack of security.
Were they playing cards in there, like the dogs around the card table?
And then I think you mentioned late yesterday, the two agents were up there and said it was too hot and they came down. Ah, jeez.
Scotty, the window is on the phone. He wants to comment on this.
All right, Scotty, you're on the radio, man. What's going on?
What's up, Kimber? Semper Fi. Welcome home, brother.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to YouTube Mafia. They're listening and typing hard on there. Pay attention to them. But I got a question about the director.
Yeah.
Why the hell did it take this damn long for her to resign? And if she knows the perimeter of the White House of what the gun line is, why didn't they use that in this situation?
Well, clear, she's incompetent. I think they just kind of took things for granted. And I will tell you this, although this is a whole different thing. I will tell you this: anybody who's ever been in the military, even in a war zone, if you're on guard duty, you're going nuts on expecting something bad to happen. But even in those situations, and ask any security guard who's hired to work the night shift, walk in the grounds of a warehouse or something, you can't help but kind of take things for granted. You kind of get into a thing. You kind of get into a zone. I'm not talking. I'm just saying that's one thing. This is the Secret Service for the former president, for God's sake. There's no excuse for it. Nobody double-checked everything which should have been done. There's no excuse for it. Incompetence and laziness. That's all. That's it. Anyway.
Well,
what else do you say?
Man. Thank you for your service, brother.
All right, thank you so much. And by the way, what other kills me about this? She never even went to the site. She never even went there.
How can you not do that?
How could you not? The first thing you do is say, "Oh my God, let me see what happened," and go, "Where did he hide the rifle? How did he get up on the roof? Where were you guys looking through the window?" I mean, a million things. She never even went there.
Kamala never went to the border. This winch never went. DEI. They don't have to. They don't have to answer to anybody.
That's right. That's right. It's just really shameful, disgusting, disgraceful, and they're all praising her for her job, and they're praising President Joe Biden for the wonderful work he's done for the 4 years that he saved America from Donald Trump.
They just hand each other awards and trophies and plaudits and jobs and careers. It's like once you're in the group, man, the cool kids group.
Yeah, and all they do is destroy the country.
Yeah, that's right. Look where we've been in 4 years.
Anyway, now look where we are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And time for a turnaround, or there is going to be a problem. Anyway, all right. But they found the documents. I'll be damned. The GOJ. Oh, you mean those documents? They're showing that he's incompetent. Did he spelled the secrets to a reporter? Oh, yeah, we got those after all. We found those. Yeah, 3:30. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. That's coming up, and you hear Donald Trump talking too about not getting on that stretcher.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Day 5 of the global software outage continues with more frustration for travelers who have been stuck at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. According to FlightAware, hundreds of flights were canceled at the Atlanta airport. More than 250 flights were canceled on Monday morning, and over 700 flights have been canceled in the last 24 hours. Microsoft released a statement saying that a CrowdStrike update was responsible for bringing down a number of IT systems globally, and they were actively supporting customers to assist in their recovery. Georgia Democrat Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, along with several Democratic state lawmakers, have publicly endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. The Georgia Democratic Party says they believe the 108 delegates that will be representing Georgia at next month's Democratic National Convention will be supporting Harris during the roll call vote.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
Yes, indeed. 3:31. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. By the way, the next time you're stopping up to the Atlanta Safe House showroom in Acworth, please tell them the Kimmer said howdy to Jeff and Mark and the boys. They still keep in touch with me all the time to make sure I'm keeping it on the straight and narrow here on the radio program. You'll love these guys when you meet them. They have the showroom in Acworth, and check them out on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. They can do for you what they did for me. And in fact, I mentioned, when I went down to Florida, I didn't have my safes down there, and I lost my medical records. Guess what I have in my hand? Yesterday, I got in the mail. The Veterans Administration people reminding me that they're giving me 0% on some claims I filed. So, this is, keep stuff in your safe. Don't use me as a bad example. Well, use me as a bad example. Oh, mercy. Protecting your assets. There's not only medical records, your marriage, your divorce papers, living will. My kids know where to go now for that stuff. Your credit card things or your bills and payments, and if you have a bank, all that stuff. Keep it where it's safe from fires or floods or thievery or whatever. In fact, they can bolt your safe from the inside to a concrete floor in your basement or garage or whatever. And these big gun safes are not just big empty things with a big, no. They put nooks and crannies and shelving units, anything you want. They can make you happy to protect your stuff. Whatever it is, jewelry, cash, documents, they've got it all for you. Atlanta Safe House. They've been doing this for decades, and they're the best at deliveries, too. And some people you may not want in your house. With Atlanta Safe House, you can trust them all the way. A non-woke company believing in what is good about America. Protecting your stuff. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
It's front office lows for Walker Mowers and Howard Brothers. Tired of struggling with your old mower? It's time to step up to the next level with Walker Mowers. Designed for precision, efficiency, and comfort, Walker Mowers are the ultimate choice for professional landscapers and homeowners alike. You can find these top-of-the-line mowers at Howard Brothers. With their wide selection and expert advice, they will help you find the perfect Walker mower for your mowing needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Walker and Howard Brothers.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth has it for you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the Subaru Forester, the SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where the adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com or come visit us today on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. We're Subaru of Gwinnett.
MyPillow is bringing you their most requested offer on their premium MyPillows. For a limited time, a queen-size premium MyPillow is now only $19.98 with a promo code BECK. MyPillow has always listened to their audience, one of the reasons they've been so successful. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable fill to accommodate individual sleeping needs no matter your sleep position. The pillow keeps your neck aligned while keeping its best shape all night long. Their goal is to give you the best sleep of your life. And you'll find the deals on some of their other most loved products. For instance, their 6-piece bath towel sets are only $25, or their brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98. And the best sheets you've heard me rave about before are as low as $25. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special square for huge discounts on MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow for $19.98. Remember, enter the promo code BECK. Call 800-966-3117 for these amazing limited time offers at My.
Who would want that?
I can't imagine. Well, God, people have everything. I'll bet you there's somebody who made a bid on Jeffrey Dahmer's skull from his refrigerator. I mean, people are doing that over here. Weirdest. Well, see, there you are. Anyway, our birthday list. Larry Minetti. You may not know the name, but if you saw the face, you would. Larry Minetti is 77. He was Tom Selleck's buddy Rick on Magnum P.I. Now you can see his face in your mind. He was also Nicky DeMarco in some episodes of the new Hawaii Five-0. But anyway, he's known as Rick Magnum P.I., the old Tom Selleck buddy, 77 years old. And on this day in history, the 1904 crowd went nuts for a new tasty treat at the Exposition celebration of the Louisiana Purchase. It was on this day the Purchase celebrated in St. Louis, Missouri, which was part of it. Charles Mencius, at this celebration exposition, introduced the ice cream cone. In 1904. Anyway, there you go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Hi, 338 404 741 1230.
Do you remember when Bortz told us a couple weeks ago that orcas had never eaten anybody?
Yeah. Okay, tell the little people, Pete, about what just hopped up on social media. I mean, again, Neil Bortz said, would you rather be attacked by a shark or an orca?
No, a nurse shark or killer whale.
Or killer whale. And I said, the nurse shark, hell, I've held one in my hand. I'll show you the picture. And Neil said, you idiot. You know, that because, orcas will never eat. They've never eaten a human being. Orca whale has now how do you know that? It's true. It's true. Well,
they killed him at SeaWorld. But anyway,
yeah.
There is on thespun.com, their number one video. It's off Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which you'd think you're pretty safe off there. It basically, an orca comes out, hits the back of the boat. It's a boat about the size of the one that was in Jaws. Yeah. Except it's made of plastic, not wood like his was. It's about that size, maybe a little smaller. And it basically goes up into the back of it and capsizes it. You don't see anybody on it. But if you're on it, you're dead.
It's over. He just crunches it into the. Does it go down into the water and everything? I haven't seen the video.
It's one of those plastic boats that float no matter what it's doing. They float
whatever.
For a while. So basically,
like
but it's frightening. In fact, the kid watching it, he immediately jumps behind the steering wheel and guns it like, let's get the plane out of here.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know if I'll ever want to go on the ocean again. Really, for some reason. I shouldn't even say this out loud, and I catch myself when I think of it. For some reason, my overwhelming fear of dying is by drowning.
Yeah,
I'd rather be shot in the head or jump off.
Burn to death.
Obviously, I would rather not be tortured, but I'm just saying, I just for some reason, all of us in the last several years of my life, I thought, my God, I would hate to be drowned.
I always thought that water would get me at some point, and I thought that Sunday a couple times.
Yeah, I've almost drowned more than once. Yeah, I came close. But again, 340, Kemmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? 4-0. What's the matter?
Real quick, we got Patrick on the line. He wants to talk about yesterday when Kamala was talking to Biden on the phone.
Yeah, in fact, we've got a little something about that. Listen, Patrick, you're on the radio, man. What do you think? Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not a doctor, and I sure as hell don't play one on TV. But if you notice his slurred speech, I would almost say that he's had a mini stroke.
Well, let's talk about this. In fact, here's the story. It was a scratchy voice from Rehoboth Beach with his thing, and he talked to Carmela, and he said, "I'm watching you, kid." And people, I actually got a story here, Patrick. You were not alone. Many noted a strange exchange between the vice president and her boss, who's not been seen in days. The new presumptive nominee, Harris, said, "Joe, I know you're still on the record." And then she said, instead, she wanted to say recording, and then said on the call. But conservatives wonder if the game had been given up by Harris's slip of the tongue. They're wondering whether it was recording, whether it was real. But here's something, whether it was real, whether he recorded it in advance. But Patrick, here is something else. There's a guy who's known as an IT expert. And Flounder, this is the Clown World audio coming up here in a second. This made social media. An IT expert named Matthew Sabia reveals a near 100% chance that the White House used an AI cloning tool for President Stupid Sling Trader to Vice President Carmela the Side Piece Boy Toy. And here's this guy playing the interview. And the video shows this man with his gauges and graphs and electronic devices and so forth as he plays the recording, some of the recording of their phone call. And then he describes what the machine tells him about its authenticity. Flounder, if you will, sir.
I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
Okay.
Now here's the expert.
Let's just go on old 11 Labs and see if that's really all they probably used for this.
He's got a digital device he's putting the sound into.
Load. There we go. And let's see what we got. Looks like they didn't even really try.
98% chance that it was some kind of a cloning tool on this call. I knew it. Anyway, I mean, holy smokes. 343. Oh, by the way, let's do this here. Yesterday, I don't know whether you heard about the story that Carmela Side Piece is now trying to become, a woman of the people, and of course, America's favorite pastime, baseball, supposedly still. Anyway, so she showed up recently. Carmela showed up at the Oakland A's baseball game, and they let her call an inning, or at least a few plays of one of the innings, and trying to be a woman of the people, but it didn't really turn out that well. Flounder, if you will, sir.
From the pitcher, Rooker swings, and he hits this to the right side. I meant the left side of the field, and it is above the wall. It is a four-base hit RBI 1 for Brent Rooker as the A's take a 4-0 lead as he rounds the bases. And A's might win a baseball game today. And was that grand slam, actually? Because did we have 0 or 4 runs now?
Oh, my. Yeah. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That's your soon-to-be president of the United States. And by the way, the gloves are off. I mean, they're not even going to be even messing around with her. And by the way, there's some new slogans, some new chants, and some new cheers for Vice President Kamala Side-Piece. In fact, we'll be talking shortly about her relationships with a couple of famous celebrities. But first, for example, here's one of my favorites. Kamala Side-Piece, she's our girl. If she won't let you, no one will. How she got here, everyone knows. Here's the golf ball. Where's that hose? Anyway, some of these have to be worked on a little bit. But again, Carmela's got her whole staff making sure that, well, by golly, everyone's going to love her by the time November gets here.
I'd just like to say right now that the thoughts and the writings of Kim Peterson do not necessarily
just
reflect those
top of my head.
of the rest of the show,
it's their
management.
It's their campaign. I'm not the one,
Your musings.
No, well, musings. It's 3:45 already. See how I mean? It's afternoon's moving right along here. 3:45 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. 404-741-1230. If you had to, we do a little thing here, Flounder League.
Commercial.
I think it's
Sorry about that.
No,
playing some audio here.
No. I thought we were going to take a break. It's 3:45, and I thought,
look at that.
That's all yours.
Clock on the wall.
It's time to break.
There you see. I'm sure it's my fault. Give her feet.
This is our clock. We can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever the hell we please. They know better than to come in here. I guarantee you, they do no better than to come in here.
Nobody comes in.
Yeah, they've seen you out there. So
that's
they
what
know,
I mean.
So yeah.
Look out. Here we go.
Lair.
How in the world was a shooter allowed to wait on that roof to shoot at the former president of the United States and a candidate in this year's election?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Diamonds Direct Atlanta is now open. The nation's fastest growing jewelry store now is a location right here in Buckhead. Shopping for the perfect ring to pop the question? Or maybe an everyday diamond tennis bracelet? The experts at Diamonds Direct are sure to have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the occasion. With the lowest direct importer pricing, you can expect the best selection of certified diamonds at unmatched prices, all within a luxury showroom atmosphere that makes you feel right at home. Come see what other jewelers are trying to replicate. Diamonds Direct's unbeatable after-the-sale guarantees and warranties are the best you can find. Free cleanings, sizing, polishing, accent diamond replacement for the lifetime of your purchase. If that's not enough, they also offer a 110% upgrade policy for you to use as often as you'd like on your diamond engagement ring, pendant, or studs. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, come see how Diamonds Direct is reinvigorating the jewelry industry at their brand new Buckhead showroom. When you want to have complete confidence in your jewelry buying experience, shop with the experts at Diamonds Direct. Now open on the corner of Maple Drive Northeast and Peachtree.
Stop what you're doing and listen to this. Your God-given freedoms are up for the taking, and those doing the taking are the same people who've sworn to defend your freedom. They think they can control the media, hide the truth, and force their delusions onto your family. You know what they can't take away? Self-reliance, peace of mind. Got water filtration? You should. A charged solar generator? You better. Emergency food on your shelf? Get it now from My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is the most trusted name in survival, and for damn good reason, too. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com right now and save $200 on their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. It delivers over 2,000 calories per day, plus sealed inside practically unpierceable packaging. It lasts up to 25 years. Oh, and did I mention it's delicious? Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and save $200 per kit. Includes fast and free shipping. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
For years, I was living in constant pain. There were days I couldn't move my hands, I couldn't paint, I couldn't write. Honestly, it was so bad I had a hard time even doing work. I tried to tough it out and just grin and bear it until Tanya finally, after we went to the Mayo Clinic, we went everywhere. And Tanya had heard about Relief Factor on the Blaze, and she said, why don't you try that? She kind of pretty much made me try it, and it was amazing. It's been a miracle. Relief Factor is 100% drug-free. It's a daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. And it was developed by doctors. It uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that addresses the inflammation where the pain starts. And Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it all day, every day. So if everyday pain is affecting your life, don't go with mind over matter. Try Relief Factor. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. 1-800-4RELIEF. Save on your first order. It's 1-800-4RELIEF. Fight.
'60s, so I mean, maybe she probably didn't know squat about squat, which is a shame. Birthday list includes the disgusting deadbeat socialist Senator Raphael Weifnacher, 55 today. And again, he's always denied he tried to run over his wife with a car. Whether she got hit by it was, if it was her own fault, where she didn't get out of the way in time. He was never convicted. Never, as far as I recall, he wasn't even sent before the grand jury. Senator Reverend. Sorry. There are three reverends on the phone here. The Kimmer, Pete Davis, and Raphael Weifnacher. And of all the three of us, I'll bet you I can name two who would be more appropriate to stand in the pulpit where Martin Luther King and Hosea Williams used to preach than that guy. Yep. But we move on. On this day in 1976, 4,000 delegates from the American Legion meet at the Stratford Hotel in Philadelphia for a 4-day convention in 1976. A few days later, dozens were dead. Hundreds felt like death. It was an aquatic microorganism bacteria in the ventilation system, Legionnaire's disease. 1976, and that was pretty scary for a while. Remember, they didn't for a long time. They had no idea what had happened and whether it was everywhere or a thing, or I mean, it was pretty scary. 1970, of course, that was 50 years ago. My God, almost. Holy cow, that's almost 50 years.
Half a century.
Holy smokes. All right, 353. Wow. We got so many things. This is funny. The Department of Justice, yeah. This is why you cannot trust these people. They have revealed today in a court filing, we found those transcripts you were looking for. Oh, golly, my bad. They were over in that drawer. They forgot to look. Oh, God. Remember during the her investigation and interview with President Scumbag that he was talking about how the president admitted that he was giving his top secret information to his writer who was doing his autobiography or whatever, and the Department Department of Justice has always said, no, we don't have any of those transcripts there. We just don't have any of that stuff. And then all of a sudden last night, there's, oh, yeah, well, you got it after all. The biography worked with Biden in 2007 and 2017 to compile his memoirs. They had recordings with this guy, audio recordings, which they agreed to. The department located 6 electronic files with 117 pages, verbatim transcripts of the subset of the Biden interview audio stuff created for the court reporting device. In other words, they've got it. The Heritage Foundation sued and got the transcripts filed for the Heritage Foundation, and now we can only hope that something's going to happen. They sparked widespread outrage, and Biden was effectively deemed too cognitively impaired to be charged with a crime, the one they charged Donald Trump with. And he wasn't even entitled. He wasn't a president. He was a vice president when he stole those documents and then revealed top secrets to a reporter writing his book for him. The White House asserted executive privilege because they don't want us to hear the audio. We're making sounds like a car. Yeah, my Corvette. Vroom, vroom. Oh, I love my vroom, vroom. Out of here in second gear. Vroom, vroom. Yeah. Well, they're going to, I'm telling you, and again, the audio recordings are available, and without executive privilege, they'll be released. So if Donald Trump's elected president, that's reason enough alone to elect Donald Trump. I want to hear the audio.
Yeah.
And I want the American people to hear the audio, and then I want an investigation. In fact, we'll play Donald Trump here in a second. Coming up, I got so many things I can't get it all in. Donald Trump kind of hit it like it's a question of numbers, really. Anyway, Donald Trump is basically saying there really ought to be some kind of investigation about this stuff. You know, who kept these secrets about? You know, it wasn't all of a sudden. You know, Joe Biden was fine until like 2 days before the debate. And, oh, my God, what happened to you? 2 days before the debate, I'll be damned, you went downhill. Baloney, bull crap. So anyway, now, 3:56. Should we do a Flounders Funny? Let's do that before we run out of time. And I want to talk about Megyn Kelly's taking the gloves off about Carmela's side piece. A little Flounders Funny here, if you would, sir. You have one available?
I've been on tour. I've seen him everywhere. I was in Phoenix, and it was during the summer, 120 degrees. And homeless people are just standing at the intersection with a sign, and they're just cooking. You can't even tell what race he was before it burnt off. And he's holding a sign that says, "Help, I'm on fire." But you're like, you're in a white BMW. Like, I can't help you. Here, I can't help because of the glass.
Who's that, Flounder?
Mr. Louis C.K.
Oh, that is Louis. It sounded like him, but then at the end it didn't for some reason. Anyway, I always used to, until he got in trouble, I really always used to like his stuff, even though it's really crude. He used to make fun of his daughter when she was 4 and stuff. But still, I always thought he was an amusing fellow. Anyway, and by the way, I have played golf in Phoenix, Arizona when it's 120 degrees. And there's like 9 people on the golf course. But you can always get out in the summertime in Arizona. But I'll tell you what, and they say it's a dry heat, but baloney. That fat chance. 3:57. Okay, coming up, you're going to hear from Donald Trump. Also, there's a comic who's put together like 7 different voices, all relating to what's going on with Biden and Trump and everything else. That's coming up right after the 4 o'clock news. But Megyn Kelly is taking the gloves off. Everything is out in the open, and concerning the trampiness of our current vice president, who's now, and by the way, now the result of a coup by the Democrats to make sure that all those votes and all that money that came in to elect Joe Biden count for nothing now. There was their own insurrection against him. Well, Megyn Kelly says, talking about Carmela, first she slept with this guy, Willie Brown, who was an extremely popular, powerful congressman in California. He put her in 2 different positions she did not deserve when she was 29. He was in his 60s. He was a Speaker of the California Assembly. He was a mayor of San Francisco. She dated him when she was in her 20s, and he was in his 60s. He outraged patronage positions to political allies, including Vice President Carmela's side piece, gave her 2 board positions that paid lucrative salaries. She was making $130,000 a year for going to meetings twice a month. One for a medical board, another for a position she had 0 qualifications. He was laying the groundwork for her future political career. He's the one who helped her get the role of DA in San Francisco because she was sleeping with him. And Megyn Kelly says, hey, this is fair game, man. It takes some kind of talent. He made her San Francisco DA when he was mayor. She succeeded Barbara Boxer as senator. He got her the attorney general's job while she was there. And that's only Willie Brown. We haven't even talked about Montel Williams yet. He was doing her too. And by the way, Montel Williams has always been supporting the governor of Maryland for president, but after Carmela Sidepiece has become the new queen of the Democrat Party, he kind of said, well, okay, I guess I won't be one for that guy after all. And now he says, oh, watch all the creepy guys who want to come out and ask me, what she was doing and what she was like and stuff like that. Well, yeah, duh. It's her own fault. Guys, is there anybody who's not slept with this woman?
Why else would we talk to him?
Exactly. Or her. Anyway, coming up on 4 o'clock, Give her Pete and Flounder, Donald Trump and a comic and Pete's tweets and holy crap at Sports Lay. We got it all for you. Give her Pete and Flounder on 106.3.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
This is a Fox News alert. Menendez is resigning. I'm Roger Stern, Fox News. Kamala Harris held her first rally as a president. Let me get to Menendez first. One of the Senate's most senior Democrats is resigning following his conviction on a number of criminal charges. Here's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez is resigning August 20th. His resignation letter was read aloud on the Senate floor. Monday, the Senate Ethics Committee had notified him they'd be voting to start an adjudicatory review of his alleged violations of Senate rules. That could have allowed the senators to begin the process of expulsion. He was convicted last week of 16 charges, including bribery, conspiracy to commit extortion under color of official right, obstruction of justice, and of acting as a foreign agent for accepting money from New Jersey businessmen with ties to Egypt and Qatar. He faces a more than 200-year prison term at sentencing in late October. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Kamala Harris held her first rally as a presidential candidate, and she told supporters in Milwaukee that she's succeeding.
So, Wisconsin, I am told as of this morning that we have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination.
It's been only 2 days since President Biden gave up his re-election bid and threw his support behind Harris. The president's physician says Mr. Biden's COVID symptoms are gone and he tests negative for the virus. The president returns to the White House today and he addresses the nation tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern to explain his decision not to run for a second term. Fox White House correspondent Peter Ducey has a preview.
Expect a heavy emphasis on foreign policy in the president's final days in office. But bad news for Secretary Blinken. He is expected to be one of the cabinet officials who
Well, summer's here and the weather is beautiful. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
It looks like they're getting ready for some action in Washington. And by the way, speaking of that, we'll talk about it in a second. New update Pete just found out. And also, I can't wait to see what happens at the Chicago convention with all the anger among the Democrats who are foreign policy and everything else. Anyway, we'll get to that. How you doing? Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. And this is Kid Rock. There we go. There we go. Kid Rock, 2008. A kid was sentenced to a year probation and fined $1,000 for his part in a fight in Atlanta at the Waffle House in 2007. Kid Rock was 37. He received 80 hours of community service, 6 hours of anger management counseling. The rapper pleaded no contest, 1 count of battery. 4 other assault charges were dropped. Kid Rock in 2007 was doing a gig in Atlanta. He stopped off at his tour bus in the early hours to get some at the old Waffle House, and there was a fight. An argument broke out with another customer at the restaurant, and I'd forgotten the specifics. Do you remember the specifics of when somebody gave a bunch of crap and he wasn't going to take it? He didn't start it or anything, did he, if I remember correctly? Wasn't somebody just harassing him? Or his band members, and you say, "Oh, you think it's what your dad's," and he just kind of got out of it.
Yeah, because he took his entire crew to Waffle House after a concert and paid for everybody in the restaurant. And I think someone started busting his balls.
Big shot or whatever. So he did the right thing. Sometimes, give war a chance. Damn. Come on. I got hats that say that. Let's see. What have I bid for him? Here we go. Birthday's Daniel Radcliffe, a Harry Potter character. Daniel Radcliffe is 35. His character, Harry Potter's birthday is July 31st, by the way. And Marlon Wayans is 52 years old today. Let's see. It's a history list. Oh, yes. Here we go. 1984. That naughty little Miss America, Vanessa Williams, had to turn in her naughty little Miss America crown, the first naughty little Miss America to have to do that, because Penthouse magazine had printed some angelic, magnificent, had printed some naughty little pictures of horrible, just disgusting pictures of Vanessa and this other girl. And by the way, it is illegal to own that issue or even to trade it. You can't hold in your possession, own, or give it to anybody else that issue, because the centerfold had to be removed, because that was the one with the Tracy Lords as a centerfold, and she was about 15 at the time. So that was pornography, and you have to have the centerfold taken out or you're going to go to jail.
Guess what?
What? You got it?
I have that magazine.
Do you? Somebody gave me one once when I was on. I remember being on the air on the radio in the late 90s, and the issue came up or something, and somebody had the magazine, and I thought, and I'd never seen it.
To us.
I remember that, and I had never seen it. I thought, oh my God, I thought it was just her being naked. No, it had nothing to do with being naked. It had nothing to do with what she was doing with another girl. I said, oh my God. I mean, really, oh my God.
I mean, it's not really explicit.
Well,
I mean, it's more artistic, but still.
It's actually beautiful photography. I mean, like most of the nudie magazines knew how to do it. They made it, exquisite and beautiful, and the color was right, and but still, it's porn. It's pornography. It's looking at naked girls.
You're not going to believe what Kamala has just called for.
Oh, what now?
The enactment of gun confiscation laws, universal gun registration, and a ban on commonly owned firearms. Basically, everything that's unconstitutional.
Oh,
she wants a gun confiscation.
Oh, thank you. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Georgia, how about you conservatives who didn't want to vote for that damn Herschel Walker? How about voting for keeping your guns? How about a brand new campaign thing? How about this is it? How many Americans do you think are saying, whoa, wait, you want to come and get my gun? Yeah, how about bullets first? Yeah. I mean, seriously, they're asking for it. I am not giving up my guns. I am not giving, unless I get convicted of a freaking felony or something that would require the law to be, I'm not giving up my guns. I'm telling you right now, the guns I have are perfectly legal, and I'm keeping them. Unless I choose to sell them or give them away or whatever.
I'm not giving up my guns or my Vanessa Williams penthouse. It's just not going to happen.
I'll trade you my 50 caliber Smith & Wesson for that Penthouse magazine.
I may do that.
I think it's worth about $2,000. It might be a little steep.
Anyway, for a pistol.
Yeah, 408. I want to get a little one too. I'm going to get something. Anyway, 408 cover Pete and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Donald Trump did an exclusive interview on Jesse Waters last night. It aired last night. He did it with J.D. Vance as well, the two of them together. First time he'd been on TV since he got shot in the face. And among other things, he talked about being lucky, turned to the right, and, the bullet and all that kind of stuff. He said that the President Scumbag called him, and he said we had a nice conversation. And then he talked about what happened when the Secret Service wanted him to do one thing, and he said, no, I'm not going the way you want me to go, after Donald Trump got shot. Is he in the back there, Flounder? Hey, here we go. Hey, the Donald Trump, sir, if you would. Donald Trump explaining what happens when the Secret Service wrestled him to the ground.
Well, they wanted to put me on a stretcher. They had a stretcher, and they wanted to put me on a stretcher. And I said, I'm not going on a stretcher because I just felt it was the ear. And there was a lot of blood coming. I don't know if you've heard this, but the ear causes, they say, the most in the body. You get hit in the ear. Better than just about any other place in one way, but in another way it bleeds more. And there was a lot of blood, but I understood they thought I was hit elsewhere. They thought I was hit actually in this area. And I wasn't. I said, I'm telling you, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm going to get up. I want to get up. I'm not going to be taken out on a stretcher.
And again, I want to make this point again. I'm assuming that most of you do not listen to every minute of my show, so this is a repeat from several days ago after it happened. I promise you this is a real thing. No matter what you think about Donald Trump, think about this. Any Flounder's dad, anybody who's ever been in the military and is in a war zone or is expected to go in a war zone has been trained to take care of bullets and getting under fire. You expect it to happen. It's still a horrible thing to happen, but still it's a thing that you're sort of ready for. What happened to Donald Trump? He was giving a speech, and to be shot in the face giving a speech, and he immediately said, no, I'm getting up, and he did the fist to the crowd. I'm telling you, I promise you, 99% of the American public, male, female, anybody else, would never have reacted that way instantaneously. I'm getting up. I'm not going on that stretcher. Holy smokes. I promise you, if you've ever been shot or shot at, your first, even if you're expecting it, that guy showed true toughness. He was a man. He really showed how tough he is. I mean, honestly, you should take that into account about what you think about him as a human being and as an individual and as a modern American man. He's a man. I promise you that most people would never have reacted that way. Not only would they been scared to death, they would have peed their pants, and the Secret Service, they would have been on him, and he would have said, okay, I won't move. Wouldn't have known what to do, would have been afraid what to do. Not Donald Trump. He said, screw this, pal, and gave him the fist. I mean, that's remarkable. Anyway, I'm sorry, just for the record, that's really important. It's really important you understand that. It is a thing. It is a thing. Okay, no. Now, by the way, it's 4:11. Let's do this, Founder. Let's do this guy. I don't know what this guy's name is. Do we even know his name?
No, there's no information.
Lives at TikTok, or maybe it's just regular TikTok. I don't know. Somebody put this out, and it's a comedian. I've never seen him or heard him before. It's a young guy, and I'm going to tell you the voices he's going to do, talking about Biden and Trump and all that. He's going to be doing characters one after another, and the reason I'm going to tell him is because they come pretty quick. But you're going to hear in order Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, Barack Buttigieg, Ted Cruz, Gavin Newsom, Bernie, Ron DeSantis, Bill Clinton, Tucker Carlson, Fauci, and Joe Biden. And he does them all in a row, and here it is.
They shot me and missed me like a dog. It's sad what happened. They tried to take out your favorite president. Even Mitch agrees.
Well, listen, what you have to realize is,
Mitch,
if somebody had shot at me, I simply would have frozen up completely, Barack. Now, we have to realize that in America, political violence of any form has absolutely no place, Ted.
If somebody shot at me, I would have been on the first flight to Cancun, Gavin. Now, Donald Trump may be a bully and a fraud, but violence has no place in this country, except if you live in California. Bernie, Mr. Trump, though he's a member of the top 10th of 1%, I'm grateful he's safe. DeSantis, listen, Donald Trump, he's the greatest president of my lifetime. I worship the guy. Thank God he's okay. Bill Clinton,
I love shooting loads. I really do, Tucker.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. I actually predicted the assassination, Dr. Fauci. Whenever you do try to hurt somebody, wear a mask. Make sure. President Biden. So, Joe, we're going to solve this at the battle box. At the battle box. President Lincoln's safe. Do well.
Solve it at the battle box.
President Lincoln is safe.
Well, that guy's pretty damn good. I mean, I'm amazed. I can't believe he's not a thing. I mean, really, he's a young kid. He looked like about 22 years old. Anyway, 413, Kevin Pete and Flounder. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we got so much more coming up. Pete's Tweets. In fact, we got Pete's Tweets, more Flounder's Funnies, and stuff you'll actually enjoy here with the Kevin Pete and Flounder.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, I was going to settle on two groups of certifiable lunatics for my commentary today: flat earthers and sovereign citizens. I think I'll do that in a couple of days. Today, I want to talk about how the left manages to manipulate language, and they do a masterful job of it, using words, using phrases seemingly innocuous, but that slowly over time create a specific mindset for you, a mindset that aids the left, the collectivist, in their efforts to exert control over us. One of them, the so innocent phrase, the less fortunate. The collectivists have been so successful in using this less fortunate phrase. It's adopted by so many. Look up fortunate. Deriving good from an unexpected source. So if you are among the fortunate, your good fortune is totally undeserved. It was unexpected. It didn't come from hard work. It didn't come from good decision making. No, you just got these wonderful things you have in life because you were fortunate. And those other people, well, just not so fortunate. So it's entirely fair that what you have be shared with them. Another one, this gets on my nerves, giving back. It's the holidays. It's time to give back. What is the underlying assumption here? That which you have was actually given to you, not earned. Again, you were just fortunate. And since it was all given to you, you would certainly be a less than wonderful human being if you didn't give some of it back. For goodness sakes, don't credit hard work, dedication, and good decision-making. Isn't it fun being manipulated by the left? Oh, and let's not forget the phrase that replaces the word fat. They are plus-sized. See you on the radio. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
When storms wreak havoc on your home, who do you trust to make things right? Look no further than Southern Exteriors. Hey, it's Tug. With over 25 years experience, they understand the urgency of storm damage. They offer emergency response and free estimates to assess the situation and get your home back on track. Southern Exteriors is committed to your home's long-term well-being. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, windows, or doors, they have the expertise to handle it all. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, restoring peace of mind one storm at a time.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855 GA Injury or vansantlaw.com.
How you doing? Give our Pete and Flounder 420 404-741-1230. 1230 is the number. This is Queen. It's on the stage. 2005, Queen's 1985 Live Aid performance was voted the best rock concert ever by thousands of British Sony Ericsson music fans. Queen's Live Aid 1985 best rock concert ever. Radiohead voted the best festival act for their 1997 Glastonbury performance. And Bob Dylan's 1968 Manchester Free Trade Hall gig was the best ever solo gig. All right, let's play a little Queen here, Flounder, for a second. I don't know this song. I like it.
Radio Gaga.
Is that what this is?
That's the name of this Queen song.
I like this beat. I like this rolling. You know, it's a great beat. Dun, 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 dun. Take her in your arms. Go up to your wife right now, your girlfriend right now. Put your arms around her. Look her in the eye. Say, I love you, baby. And then just go about your business. Seriously, right now. If you're on the way home or your wife's in the kitchen and you're listening to somebody, go up there and put your arms around her, look her in the eye, and say, I love you, baby. And just do what you were doing. Oh, sit down. Now you have a wife in there, damn it. I know you got a little chippy somewhere. I know you got like 8 or 9 hiding in there. But that's fine. I'm happy for you. You got plenty of room for them, I guess, out there in the wilderness. Anyway, it's okay. Believe me, I know my place.
Woods are full of it.
Should get me one of them. Give me one of them woodsy weekend women. Anyway, our birthday list includes Monica Lewinsky, 51 years old. By the way, this is really a remarkable woman. I have gained so much respect for Monica Lewinsky after she came out years ago in Vanity Fair with that article about what happened to America's women supporting women. I mean, it really was. She turned the tables on all those so-called, big time Charlie feminists and so forth, the big Democrat leaders and everything who turned on her. The freaking women of America, man. Anyway, and now in Vanity Fair, she just had another article I read 2 nights ago or something that I get. Vanity Fair, and she is a contributing editor or contributor, I guess it's called. Monica Lewinsky, 51 years old. She's an anti-bullying activist for Vanity Fair. She has an actual column about bullying. And honestly, if you read, if you have a chance, read what she wrote. Read her story. Read her article from Vanity Fair years ago. And tell me if you don't think that she has a point. And again, she was a 21-year-old intern with the President of the United States. So anyway, let's see. On this day in history, again, she's 51. Was her birthday thing. On this day in history, I remember this. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. The My Feelings Challenge. You remember that? The My Feelings Challenge was where people would be in their car. And they would stop and they would put their car in drive, just to let it idle and put it in drive. And then they would open the door and then they would walk or jog alongside their car while it was running. And sure enough, who didn't think that it might lead to a problem where somebody tripped, lost their balance, fell, the door hit a pole. I mean, my God, that one after another example, car door slamming into another car, people getting run over. I mean, falling and getting run over by the rear tire. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, on this day in 2018, the National Transportation Safety Board actually had to come out in public and say, stop doing that. The viral video challenge where people danced to Drake's song outside a moving vehicle, My Feelings Challenge, they called it, to the Drake song. And it was when my old man was alive as a college student, they used to see how many goldfish they could eat, and they used to see how many people they could put in a phone booth. So, things change. Anyway, 424. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? Our 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends in the home of the Kimmer Safe, Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Ackworth, and on the web, tell them what the Kimmer sent you. Check it out, what they can do for you, saving your stuff, unlike what the Kimmer did when I went to Florida like an idiot. Anyway, AtlantaSafehouse.com. Flounder, we didn't give away tickets. Should we give away tickets? You want to do that now?
Absolutely.
Okay. This Marist Bank Amphitheater, which is, 200 yards. By the way, I have 3 concerts this week. Thank you. 3 concerts at Marist, and I'm going to have to avoid traffic by going home anyway. Marist Park Amphitheater on August 3rd, Party Gras .2. It was a 2.0 tour. Brett Michaels, Chris Jansen, Don Felder, Lou Gramm, and special guest Dee Snider, Twisted Sister guy, and Lou Gramm and Don Felder from the Eagles, and Lou Gramm was what? Foreigner. Anyway, they're all going to be there, and the tickets are on sale at livenation.com. Again, this is Marist Park Amphitheater in Alpharetta, August 3rd. We have 2 tickets to see these people, and if you call us right now, we'll pick caller number 75, 741-1230, 741-1230. And it's only going to be fun this week. I have 3 nights now. I'm going to have to decide how to dodge, what to do instead of going home, which is fine. I'm not.
Go to the Braves game.
Well, maybe if they're still in town, are they in town Thursday? Thursday, Friday? No. Well, there you are. Anyway, 426. What the hell? Oh, mercy, what do we got? J.D. Vance did it. By the way, Carmela did. Again, Pete, repeat what you just said a minute ago about Carmela's side piece, the shiftless and lazy vice president. Worst political candidate for president. Really, seriously. In your mind, no matter how old you are, in your mind, and if you're young, think about anything you've read in history. Can you imagine, or can you recall a candidate running for president of the United States who is worse as a qualified candidate and has fewer moral scruples available than this woman? I mean, seriously.
Got 0 votes. She's running for president, and the woman has got 0 votes.
She was so unpopular, she dropped out of the primaries. And the only reason he picked her was because she's a Jamaican. She's not black. She's a Jamaican, and she's a girl. And that's the ball game. They didn't want to have Indian.
Even though he said that, you got the people on the left coming out on Jim Acosta's show and saying, if you say this is DEI, you're saying that she's the N-word.
Yeah, right.
Well, she literally is DEI. Yeah, that's why he did it.
By definition, he said, I'm going to get a black girl. That's what he said. He just said the same thing about the Supreme Court. Just as a bippity-boppity-boo. A contingy-bingy bippity-boppity-boo. He picked her because she's black and a girl. He picked a girl, the podium princess, because she's a black and a girl and a gay girl. I mean, it's all DEI. What, are you kidding me? He's the Secret Service director. DEI, baby. And her goal was to have at least a third of the Secret Service agents be girls, including the fat ones who can't find their holster. Yeah, and then you complain about being DEI. That's by definition DEI, you rats. Anyway, J.D. Vance says Carmela is 1,000,000 times worse than Biden. If Joe Biden's not fit to run for president, by the way, he's not fit to serve as president. And they're trying to, again, the 25th Amendment thing. And I guarantee you, between the 25th Amendment scare and him not getting his library if he didn't cooperate, that's how they got him to quit. Yes, sir.
But will Kamala be able to cooperate more? Will she do what she's told?
Well,
because like we all know, Biden wasn't pulling the strings, as neither is Kamala.
Well, a great question, founder Pete Davis. She'll have that comment about her, her goals now for if she's elected, what she wants to do. She just announced at this rally in Milwaukee this afternoon.
The main thing is gun confiscation laws. She wants to get on the books. She wants to be able to come take your guns if they don't like you.
Now, actually, the word confiscation, is that correct? And is this for what kinds of, do we know what kind of weapons? Has she listed, by
she
the
wants
way,
a national gun, what do you call it? Data bank or something. So everybody has to register every gun with the federal government, the federal empire that's been trying to destroy us for the last 20 years.
I'll tell you, if she, again, there is no such thing as an assault rifle. The military does not use assault rifles. The M16 was a plastic piece of crap until after about the second or third year when they started making it. I mean, literally, it was a dangerous piece of crap. It was all plastic. It was like a plastic 22.
Well, they got the wood would warp, especially in the jungle when it got wet. So they went to plastic to try and stop that happening.
I mean, it made sense, but again,
for the Marine sniper rifle.
Yeah, they would. I mean, it was just and eventually they became a trustworthy rifle, but not in the early days. I promise you. What do you got there in your hand, there, sir?
This is an assault book. If I use it to hit you.
Yeah. Again, an assault rifle, AR-15, a Bushmaster, whatever you want to call them, 7.6 or 5 points or whatever they're, the different kinds of ammo, 308 or whatever. They're all rifles that shoot one bullet with one trigger pull. It's a deer rifle, it's a target rifle, it's an AR-15 and a Bushmaster, and it's a regular target rifle, one pull, one shot. It's not a machine gun. You can't ban every rifle in America. It's just a rifle. It looks like a dangerous weapon because every weapon is a dangerous weapon. I mean, idiots. All right, 4:30, Kim Repeat and Flounder. Gee, I have to explain everything.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Day 5 of the global software outage continues with more frustration for travelers who have been stuck at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. According to FlightAware, hundreds of flights were canceled at the Atlanta airport. More than 250 flights were canceled on Monday morning, and over 700 flights have been canceled in the last 24 hours. Microsoft released a statement saying that a CrowdStrike update was responsible for bringing down a number of IT systems globally, and they were actively supporting customers to assist in their recovery. Georgia Democrat Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, along with several Democratic state lawmakers, have publicly endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. The Georgia Democratic Party says they believe the 108 delegates that will be representing Georgia at next month's Democratic National Convention will be supporting Harris during the roll call vote.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
It's front office lows for Walker Mowers and Howard Brothers. Tired of struggling with your old mower? It's time to step up to the next level with Walker Mowers. Designed for precision, efficiency, and comfort, Walker Mowers are the ultimate choice for professional landscapers and homeowners alike. You can find these top-of-the-line mowers at Howard Brothers. With their wide selection and expert advice, they will help you find the perfect Walker mower for your mowing needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Walker and Howard Brothers.
Who says you have to wait until December to celebrate Christmas? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon. Right now at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating Christmas in July in all of our locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Stop in today and enjoy our 12 days of deals on everything in our stores. Surprise your special someone with a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet, earrings, ring, or necklace. And to make your purchase even easier, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering up to 60 months interest-free financing. That's 5 years to pay for that special gift, interest-free. And while you're at it, why not break out the tree, string up the lights, and pour yourself some eggnog? Make this a Christmas to remember with our 12 days of deals. Don't wait until December. Find some of the biggest savings of the year at Solomon Brothers Jewelers during our Christmas in July event. Visit us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and Fisher Road in Sharpsburg, and online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, now the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. At A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. We handle bonds from local to federal for any jail in any city. And in most cases, we can have you and your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
Tax season can be stressful, but it's also a wake-up call. It's time to think beyond April and plan for your future. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we're not just advisors, we're your partners in building a secure retirement. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we understand the challenges Georgians face. That's why we offer personalized strategies to maximize your retirement income, minimize taxes, and ensure you never outlive your assets. Join the Master Plan family and let us guide you through every financial milestone. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your appointment today. Master Plan Retirement Consultants, where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
Look out. Yeah, baby. Get down. Yeah. Blues Brothers in the church. James Brown. What a great actor in that role. Singer. My goodness, what a career. 2003, James Brown announced his separation from wife number 4 using an advertisement featuring the Disney character Goofy. 70-year-old James Brown in 2003 put the ad notice in Variety magazine. It featured a picture of himself, his wife Tommy, and their 2-year-old son James Joseph Brown II posing with Goofy at Walt Disney World when he announced he's split from her. Just okay. A lot of ways to do that, I guess. I hadn't thought of that. Let's see. 436, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Birthday list includes Alison Krauss. I love her singing. 53 years old. She's one of the top Grammy winners of all time. Alison Krauss is only one of 5 women to ever win Album of the Year twice. She did it in 2001 with the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack for the movie. Again, 2008 with Robert Plant duet album, Raising Sand. Alison Krauss has 27 Grammys. Her hits include one of my favorite. In fact, Flounder, next time I bring in my music magic stick, I'm going to ask you to put this one on there, When You Say Nothing at All. God, that's a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song. Alison Krauss, 53 years old today. And hold on a second, history. Sad news, 2011 on this day, eclectic singer Amy Winehouse was found dead in her London apartment, apparently from alcohol poisoning, years of drug abuse. Her brother thinks her bulimia was also a good bit to blame for her death. Amy Winehouse was, I think, 27 years old in 2011. 437, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. It's a thing there. Oh, here we go. we got this new sign language things going on. We got tweets, we got beats, we got peach tweets.
Jack Posobiec tweets, they didn't push Biden out because he had dementia. They pushed him out because the American people found out about it.
Yeah, that's right.
61 posts from Border Czar Kamatris about George Floyd. 0 post about Laken Riley, sexually assaulted and murdered in Athens by an illegal immigrant. Not one whiff of a comment.
That's right.
From Kamala. Mays tweets, Biden withdrew from the race the same way he withdrew from Afghanistan. Chaotic, sudden, and messy. Well, at least he stayed on brand.
God, that's a great point. This is how they operate. This is what they do to us.
Yeah. They're incompetent. They're incompetent. Then they lie about it.
That's how much they respect us.
Cartoonist Scott Adams says the infamous I love school buses rant from Kamatris is a classic case of drunken behavior. And if you can't see it, then you haven't been around many drinkers. To prove that, let's play her little rant.
Here's the thing. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? There's something about
arriving.
And most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right?
Oh, baby.
And it's part of our experience growing up.
I want to be with you.
It's part of, a nostalgia and a memory of...
I'll make you mine.
That's a drunk at the end of the bar talking to you.
God, yeah, it's getting late to do so she'll do.
You haven't been on a school bus?
Yeah. Well, hell, let me drive you home.
I love school bus.
Oh, my God. Holy cow. Well, it reminds me of one of her new campaign cheers. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a buck. Carmela, the escort, can really sound like an idiot when she talks. Well, the rhyming on that one is not as good as some of the other. I got to work on that one there a little bit. 439 with a Kim Repeat and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Again, President Stupid Face, the crime criminal pervert, traitor to his country, showed up in public. He's going back to the White House. There's a meeting. I guess Netanyahu is here. Excuse me. And apparently, President Crime Family is going to meet with him maybe tomorrow, maybe I think
Trump's
maybe Thursday.
Meeting with Thursday, Trump at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. And by the way, that'll be a more important meeting. And what's he doing? What's the rest of his term? He's canceled all of his events. And I mean, he's just, I guess he's probably going to try to have some kind of a legacy move here at some point.
Real quick, we got Ed on the line. He wants to talk about guns.
Ed, you're on the radio, man. What can you believe this? I hope they come after our guns. I hope they make this very clear where they stand, because then they're going to know where we stand. What do you think, sir?
Well, that would be a problem for me for sure. I have some form of gun, mostly pistols. Probably within hand reach of anywhere I go in my house.
Yeah, I can relate to that. But didn't you ever see the movie? Remember the movie with the bald guy from Britain? We love you, real action character. Jason Aldean, Jason Statham, and he was the mechanic, and his little buddy's there, and he says he's on the phone. He says, by the way, on the couch, on the left-hand couch, there's a gun. They have guns everywhere. Well, duh, no kidding. Who doesn't? I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, but the deal about assault rifles.
Yeah. What happened? We lose
What's
Ed?
the deal with assault rifles?
No, wait a minute. Do we lose Ed?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Something happened. Ed, I'm sorry. You were saying about assault rifles. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now, assault rifles, I guess the name come up because it's pretty obvious that these guns that are being used by these screwballs are the AR-15s. Now, I had an M16 attached to my hip in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So I'm well aware of what this rifle is used for. This is an anti-personnel weapon. The AR-15 is a civilian version of that weapon. The primary use is to kill people, and it's designed to kill people. And I could see these weapons getting into the wrong hands, such as that nut up on top of the roof, could cause some real issues. They're easily concealed. The velocities are off the chart with the 223 or 5.56. The magazines, you can put 30 rounds, 5 or 6 magazines with 30 rounds each in them, and walk into a school and raise hell. So, granted, they're, they one pull, one shot. I know that. But boy, you could pull that trigger like hell, man, and they come flying out of there like it was a machine gun.
Well, again, but the use of any rifle is to shoot a projectile. I promise you that there is not a single manual that says this gun is made for killing people. Misuse. Then we should take away every knife, take away every hammer, take away every bottle of poison. I mean, the misuse of a weapon has nothing to. And again, you're a gun guy, you know this stuff. The fact that it shoots a larger bullet than normal has nothing to do with it. And by the way, if remember when Black Lives Matter and Antifa and all those people are swarming the area? How about the riots in Los Angeles and the Rodney King riots? How about all the things that happened how about the guy, what's his name, who had to use his AR-15 to save his freaking life when the bad guys came at him? I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse. I mean, you're not taking my AR-15, and I've got one of those, and I've got a whole bunch of things. And there's a lot of rifles that shoot one at a time. I can have I could get an M14. Of course, that's a military weapon. But you could get a bolt-action 30-06. Hell, I've got a Winchester 94 that I can do lever action. I can shoot 10 rounds of that thing in about 10 seconds. I mean, they're not coming to get my guns. I disagree philosophically. I agree.
I agree.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you, and welcome home, brother. God bless you for what you do and did, and I salute you. Semper Fi.
All right, now we got who do we got? We got Roswell Tim on the line. He wants to talk about the Secret Service, and then we got Glenn.
Okay, Roswell Tim, and then Glenn. Roswell Tim, you're on the radio, sir.
Hey, Kimmer. Hey, that lady yesterday when she was testifying to Congress, you got to look straight into the face of the deep state. She could have cared less about those congressmen, Republican or Democrat. She was just looking after her little fiefdom and just did not care.
Well, she was a coward. She was afraid to tell the truth. She didn't want to, she knew she was going to get blasted. And plus the fact she wasn't prepared. She was prepared. She had every answer they asked her. She didn't want to give the answer. She didn't want to be the one to say it. And they told her, you better shut the hell up because we're still investigating. We're going to try to push this under the, whitewash thing under the bridge as far as we can get it. So she was just a coward. She was taking orders. I guarantee you that freak Mayorkas and President's staff and everybody else told her to shut the hell up and don't reveal anything, and we'll pretend that the investigation needs another 60 freaking days. What a crock. She knew every answer to every question the day after it happened, and she refused to talk because she's a coward and she's a DEI bureaucrat. You're right. Simple as that. These freaking people.
Yeah, they're just every department up there is run by those bureaucrats.
That's right.
Just like her.
That's right. Roswell Tim. And who'd you say? Glenn on the right. Still Glenn with us?
Yeah, we got Glenn right here.
You're on the radio, my friend. It's 4:45 already. What's going on?
Hello, Kimmer.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to steal a line from Neil Board.
All right.
Decaf, Kimmer. Decaf.
I can't. No way. I'll get something to calm me down later. Yeah. Flounder got something.
I just wanted to say I sent you a message on Facebook, and I don't know what I was thinking because I know you never check your messages, so I thought I'd call you in person. Anyway, it's been some shows
I always
ago.
check my messages. What was the message? I'm sure I looked at it.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
I'll BS on that.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, it's been some shows ago, but you were talking about a website that sold military Marine Corps paraphernalia, and I can't remember what it was.
Sergeant Grit.
Wondering if you could.
Sergeant Grit. Yeah, SGT GRIT. Sergeant Grit. And in fact, I'm wearing a shirt from Sergeant Grit. My my Marine Corps cover is from Sergeant Grit. I've got this bag. I got all kinds of stuff from Sergeant Grit over the years. That's what I wear.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. 'Cause I was trying to find that website. I haven't been in the Marine Corps myself. I'm getting ready to retire, and I think I'm going to try to look like Kimmer. I'm going to wear my Marine Corps cover.
There you go. Well, Semper Fi, Glenn. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. By the way, coming back, I got a message from Flounder sent me a message from a nice young lady who was an was a former listener years ago and found us again. And I tried to reply to her and it wouldn't let me do it for some reason. But I'll talk about that coming back here too. And I do check my messages, maybe not every 20 minutes or something, but I try to respond to them as I can. All right, 404-741-1230, 4:47 already. Holy crap! It's sports after the top of the hour, and more coming up here, including Flounder's Funnies. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Biden will not be on the ballot this November. So as the Democrats roll into an open convention, they have more questions than answers.
Does Kamala Harris, in fact, end up taking the top of the ticket? If she does, who ends up as her running mate? And if she does not, who else could be in the mix?
Count on the conservative voice of Atlanta to bring you the biggest names in politics as this wild election season changes by the day.
This is the ball game. This is for all the marble. This is like
this is for the country.
This is 8 years of turmoil.
This is Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
It either is or it isn't. When it comes down to it, that's all that really matters when choosing a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. It's either certified by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained and certified technicians, or it isn't. It's either backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 7 years, or it isn't. It's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days sales event, now through July 31st. Come in today and take advantage of finance rates as low as 2.99% APR special financing on select models. Because in the end, it's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned, or it isn't. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through July 31st, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Enjoying their vacation this summer. We know the criminals are watching and waiting for you to leave so they can bust in and steal your stuff. But hey, there is a solution. Come purchase a quality safe from Atlanta Safe House. And with summer rebates and specials, you can save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a quality safe. And remember, don't let an illegal or crackhead deliver or move your safe. They could very well know your combination. So drop by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Horizon Background Screening is a fully licensed and insured private investigations firm that focuses on litigation support for law firms, criminal defense cases, and background investigations. We are also FCRA compliant and process pre-employment background checks, tenant screening, and background checks for volunteer organizations. Whether your business is a law firm needing anything from scene investigations to witness interviews, or a company that requires pre-employment background checks, we have the experience you need. Visit horizonscreening.com to learn more. That's horizonscreening.com.
Diamonds Direct Atlanta is now open. The nation's fastest growing jewelry store now is a location right here in Buckhead. Shopping for the perfect ring to pop the question? Or maybe an everyday diamond tennis bracelet? The experts at Diamonds Direct are sure to have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the occasion. With the lowest direct importer pricing, you can expect the best selection of certified diamonds at unmatched prices, all within a luxury showroom atmosphere that makes you feel right at home. Come see what other jewelers are trying to replicate. Diamonds Direct's unbeatable after the sale guarantees and warranties warranties are the best you can find. Free cleanings, sizing, polishing, accent diamond replacement for the lifetime of your purchase. If that's not enough, they also offer a 110% upgrade policy for you to use as often as you'd like on your diamond engagement ring, pendant, or studs. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, come see how Diamonds Direct is reinvigorating the jewelry industry at their brand new Buckhead showroom. When you want to have complete confidence in your jewelry buying experience, shop with the experts at Diamonds Direct. Now open on the corner of Maple Drive Northeast and Peachtree.
Dun, 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 dun. Paul McCartney. What a career. This day, 2001, Paul McCartney, when he was 59 years old, lost his first wife, Linda, to cancer 3 years earlier. Paul got engaged to 33-year-old Heather Mills. He was 59. She was an activist for the disabled. The first marriage for the 33-year-old Mills, a former swimwear model whose left leg was amputated below the knee after she was run down by a police motorcyclist in 1993. He got engaged in 2001. They split in 2006 and divorced a couple of years later in a settlement that cost millions and millions.
She sued him, but she didn't have a leg to stand on.
Oh, hey, hi-oh. Hold everything. It's To the Phone that takes priority. Lori's on the radio with the Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Hey, Lori, how you doing, baby?
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
What's up, sweetie? We're doing great. How you doing?
Two things. Kamala.
Yeah.
I heard an ad a while back when she wanted to come after our guns.
Yeah.
They wanted to buy back.
Yeah, buy back.
The guy made a great point. He said, how can you buy back something you ain't bought? I bought my gun.
Yeah, you didn't buy my...
That's so the government. And then on Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I'm so with the I don't do AI or didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
But I told my husband's not political at all. I'm very political. I will listen and watch all day. When they played Joe Biden calling in on Kamala,
Yeah.
I told Ivana, I looked at him, I said, that's not him.
Yeah, this sounded a little funny, didn't it? Yeah.
He was speaking so fast. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, Lori, I don't trust anything about anything.
I don't trust it.
Oh,
I told my
Lord.
daughter the other day, I said, about medicine. I said, I was good about everything. And when Fauci did what they did on COVID, and my doctor went nuts, I don't trust none of them.
Yeah, I know. Well, keep the faith, baby. We'll be okay. Make sure you vote for the good guys, obviously. Thank you, Lori. 454. By the way, this is an incredible story just breaking now. A 20-year-old supporter of Carmela Side Piece in Hancock, Michigan, ran over an 80-year-old man because he had a Trump sign in his yard. It was a 22-year-old man. 22-year-old man ran over an 80-year-old man in his yard, Hancock, Michigan, because he had a Trump sign. The 22-year-old man, then, let me get the story's just breaking here. They identified the suspect. He had been linked to a total of 3 cases that were apparently politically motivated. The 22-year-old later contacted officers, told them he wanted to confess a crime involving an ATV driver within the last 24 hours. He asked to be picked up. When the police arrived at the scene, they found him dead from a self-inflicted gunshot.
Good.
Which is the best way to end when you do something like that. He ran over an 80-year-old man who's might die. He's in the hospital and in a real bad shape. 22-year-old guy ran over an 80-year-old man because he had a Trump sign. I'll tell you what.
They're violent on the left.
And now they want to take our guns? They want to get our guns.
You have every justification to blow their head off if they attack you first.
That's right.
But you shouldn't attack them first. But if they come at you,
I promise
don't hold back.
And by the way, especially in my condition, I'm a senior citizen. I've had cancer and a heart attack, wearing a pacemaker. Anything that comes at me, I have to assume my life's in danger. I have to assume my next fight will be my last one. Anyway, okay. 456, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Anyway, 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Oh, man, Holy Grandpa Sports coming up. First Flounder Funny.
You're not going to cook. You got to do the dishes. That's fair. That's even. That's the trait. And while I am willing to do the dishes, I do not agree
that this is an even trade. Now, I know there are dish people in this room right now that are hesitant to get on board with me because you are sitting with the cook person in your life. And that is fine. Stare straight ahead quietly. I'll say what needs to be said. Dishes sucks, all right, cooks? Sucks the whole time. It's not satisfying or fulfilling. There's no fun new dish recipes that we get to try. And it's even worse doing the dishes for someone who is cooking and knows that they will not be doing the dishes. Because this causes them to use every possible dish. I'll just put this mustard into a little bowl and then I'll put it in the pan. Just take it out of the jar and put it in the pan. For God's sake, run the spoon under some water for 3 seconds. Instead of just gluing it to the countertop. There you go, it's there now. Get that off in the morning with a butter knife.
Yeah, he's got a good point. Who's that, Flounder?
Yvonne Decker.
Yvonne Decker. Well, a job well done. A couple of Babylon Bee funny headlines. And by the way, coming up, Pete Davis, Holy Crap at Sports. Pete, are you going to talk about the betting situation at the Olympic Village?
Not Olympic. I'm doing a betting story from the British Open.
Okay, well, that'll be coming up. Also, an equestrian gold medal champion is no longer in the Olympics, and for a good reason. Coming up on that, because it really hits home for me. A couple of quick Babylon Bee headlines. This was before President Crime Family showed up in public today. America just kind of curious if President alive. Biden to make a statement via Ouija board. The most popular move of the presidency, Biden quits. This one from yesterday. Biden wakes up from a nap, asks if he missed anything. Man who last just admitted he is unfit to be president assures nation he will continue being president. And Biden announces he will host his own Stop the Steal rally. Unbelievable, these people. Oh, and one more of my favorites. Jill Biden drops out of presidential race. And for the record, Hunter Biden, sorry, no refund, says Hunter to the all foreign governments that sent him all those bribes. No refunds, and now his daddy is out. Holy smokes. What a bunch of white trash goofballs. And again, I'm going to tell you the story about his brother and how they turned on him too. What a bunch of just dirtbags, this whole freaking family. Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. More Flounders Funnies. We got all your stuff here from Donald Trump. We got all the politics, and it's next. And the Secret Service gal is gone. 5 o'clock. Kemper, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
And W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
2 high-profile resignations. I'm Roger Stern, Fox News. 2 officials in Washington who have dominated the news are resigning or have resigned. We begin with New Jersey Democratic Senator Robert Menendez, one of the Senate's most senior members. Fox's Chad Program says Menendez is stepping down following his bribery conviction involving a foreign government.
Keep in mind that the Senate is only supposed to be in session this week and next week, so no votes scheduled. So there'll be about 3 or 4 weeks there before this comes into effect. He's not been here a lot since he was on trial. It was pretty clear that the Senate was probably going to try to expel him. The Senate Ethics Committee was looking at a report, and they were going to try to put something out.
In a letter to New Jersey's Governor, Menendez says he still intends to appeal his conviction but does not want to distract the Senate in a lengthy process. The other high-profile resignation, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, 10 days after her agents allowed a sniper to get within shooting range of former President Trump. He was wounded and a supporter killed. Fox's Aisha Hosni has the fallout in Congress from the resignation.
There is a sense of relief here on the Hill.
ill with Cheadle's resignation, but both Democrats and Republicans are privately telling me that this resignation really doesn't solve any problems and it's not enough. And that is why House Speaker Mike Johnson and Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries have jointly launched a bipartisan task force to investigate this assassination attempt.
Former President Trump says the Biden-Harris administration did not protect him properly. The government is investigating Delta Airlines for hundreds of canceled or delayed flights following a worldwide computer glitch caused by an outside company. Other airlines were affected, but not as badly as Delta.
Well, summer's here and the weather is beautiful. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right a plank. Ready on the dawn. Target. Road guards out. Slow attention again. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder. And you, it's 404-741-1230, 1230. On 106.3, how you doing? Beautiful Tuesday afternoon. The Braves are in town and all's well with the world. And President Stupid Face showed up. He actually made a return to public. And we'll talk some more about it's a just white trash family, how they turned on his little brother. That didn't get any play. And to me, it just goes to show I will be so glad when this family, this entire stinking degenerate family, disappears from public view, when we just no longer care about them. And hopefully, if he lives through the rest of his term, I think he'll be dead before Christmas. Frankly, I don't think he'll be there for the inauguration of his successor. But that's, I'm just guessing. But even if he is fine, great. I hope he lives a very long life. But I hope also that after he's gone, the only other time that they will mention anything about the Bidens is when they all get called before Congress to be deposed under oath about their crime family shenanigans. And then when he dies, and they'll talk about that, and then it'll be gone. Forget him, just remember what a lousy, degenerate family this was. I'll mention really quickly again. And again, you're going to hear from Donald Trump. We'll also talk about Megyn Kelly's going to take the gloves off on Carmela the side piece. Biden's family, when Frank Biden said, in fact, I'm going to get the actual quote here. Frank Biden is the little brother of Joe Biden. And he was quoted as saying that he's glad that Joe stepped aside, his brother stepped aside, because he is, he's definitely suffering medically. He's getting older and he's definitely failing medically. And it's about time that he got a chance to enjoy the rest of his life, which sure indicated that he was concerned about not having much life left in him. After that comment by the little brother Frank Biden, the Biden family source told CBS that the president's brother is an alcoholic and his claims were completely untrue. Quote, Frank Biden suffers from alcoholism and hasn't spoken to his brother, the president, in weeks. What he said about President Biden's health being a factor in his decision is completely untrue. What a bunch of sleaze bags. I mean, he's an alcoholic, doesn't know what he's talking about. God. I don't have the words. Just dirty, filthy, white trash. Absolute white freaking trash. Anyway. By the way, that call he made to Carmela, so people are saying that's fake AI. We played a guy who kind of examined it over one of his IT tech machines and said it was 98% chance that it was fake, some kind of AI recording thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised they had a body double. Anyway, and now let's see. His surprise call to the campaign. He said he's canceling all of his rest of his campaign activities, and he's going to concentrate on just being president. She, in the meantime, was at a rally. I saw this morning, late this morning, she was giving her speech, her first rally in Milwaukee. And this morning before the rally, about 4 hours before the rally, there were 20 people there. Imagine Donald Trump having a rally 4 hours before his speech. I think there'd be more than 20 people there. Literally, there were 20 people. They counted them. I saw them on TV.
Well, guess what?
What?
According to Reuters Ipsos poll, which is Reuters is leftist, we know that. Comatris is now ahead of Trump 44% to 42% in the nationwide poll.
You can't tell
Okay. Morning Consult has Trump up by 2. Quinnipiac has Trump up by 4. Forbes Harris X has Trump up by 9. But Reuters says she's winning.
Well, there's no, whatever. What happened to Reuters and the New York Times? But when I got into journalism, every news department had UPI, AP, and Reuters. I mean, they were the most respected news organizations ever, and maybe they are in some ways forever, but still, everything's different now. The journalism's different. I don't trust any of these polls. I cannot believe. Remember, Carmela, the shiftless and lazy vice president side piece, never got a vote. She never got a single vote.
Not one.
Oh, mercy. I freaking love it. Donald Trump, let's see, 508. Let's play some Donald Trump here, Flounder, if you don't mind. Donald Trump was on Jesse Waters. It was a special edition of Donald Trump interview with J.D. Vance, the first joint interview and their first TV interview since they got shot in the face. And he said President Stupidface called him and they had a nice conversation. He said, we're going to have to investigate. He said, we should be launching an investigation about how the White House tried to cover up Biden's physical and mental decline. Somebody has to look at it. You had people that lied to the American public, and I tell you what, he said, you ought to take a look at his doctors because his doctors keep giving him a wonderful report. I'm not a doctor, but I saw him. He was unable to get up the baby stairs going into Air Force One. I mean, we've all seen it, and they've been. And by the way, I saw on TV a minute ago. I played Trump here in a second, Flounder. I saw they're now running commercials. Trump's campaign has got great commercials of her and Biden together, and then the border mess and all this other stuff. And they're showing that she putting black people in jail for smoking weed by the hundreds of thousands. It seemed like in California, they're going after her record. Her record is horrible, and I'm hoping that'll make people who maybe may not be political. We're going to say we don't want that woman as our first female president. Even if she was a male, it'd be even worse. I mean, anyway. Now, Donald Trump, he talked about getting shot in the face. He talked about what a miracle it was and God saved him. And he also talked about how the Secret Service wanted him to go out one way. And he said, forget it, I'm not going like that.
Well, they wanted to put me on a stretcher. They had a stretcher, and they wanted to put me on a stretcher. And I said, I'm not going on a stretcher. Because I just felt it was the ear. And there was a lot of blood coming. I don't know if you've heard this, but the ear causes, they say, the most in the body. You get hit in the ear. Better than just about any other place in one way, but in another way it bleeds more. And there was a lot of blood, but I understood. They thought I was hit elsewhere. They thought I was hit actually in this area. And I wasn't. I said, I'm telling you, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm going to get up. I want to get up. I'm not going to be taken out on a stretcher.
Yeah, well, and he walked up. And again, the courage he showed, honestly, I promise you, most men or women or anybody getting shot in the face in any condition when you're not expecting it, you're not in war, you're not in military, you're not someone's going to shoot at you, I guarantee you would not have been jumping up and saying, oh, yeah, and raise their fist. They would have said, oh, my God, get me out of here. And if anybody else would have, I guarantee you, if President Stupidface had been the one who'd been shot in the ear and the Secret Service held him down, he would have stayed down until they carried him off on a stretcher. But Donald Trump, honestly, no matter what you think of him, that is a serious moment about his character and what he's made of. I mean, it was an important moment. It does reveal a lot about him as a human being and as a man. Let's see, 5'11". Shall we do the comedian guy? You want to do that? There's again, we don't even know his name. It was a guy on TikTok, and he put a bit together with the following voices, and I'll mention them to you so you can point them out because they go pretty fast. You're going to hear him talking about all this issues with, first he does Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, Barack Hussein, Ted Cruz, Gavin Newsom, Bernie from Vermont, Ron DeSantis, Bill Clinton, Tucker Carlson, Fauci, and Biden. And here we go, Flounder.
They shot me and missed me like a dog. It's sad what happened. They tried to take out your favorite president. Even Mitch agrees.
Well, listen, what you have to realize
Mitch McConnell.
If somebody had shot at me, I simply would have frozen up completely, Barack. Now, we have to realize that in America, political violence of any form has absolutely no place, Ted.
If somebody shot at me, I would have been on the first flight to Cancun, Gavin. Now, Donald Trump may be a bully and a fraud, but violence has no place in this country, except if you live in California. Bernie, Mr. Trump, though he's a member of the top 10th of 1%, I'm grateful he's safe. DeSantis, listen, Donald Trump, he's the greatest president of my lifetime. I worship the guy. Thank God he's okay. Bill Clinton, I love shooting loads. I really do. Tucker, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. I actually predicted the assassination, Dr. Fauci. Whenever you do try to hurt somebody, wear a mask. Make sure. President Biden, no joke. It's no joke. We're going to solve this at the battle box. At the battle box. President Lincoln's safe. Doing well.
Battle box. 5:13. Oh, mercy. Coming up, holy crap at sports. Also, some more cheers for the vice president. And they found the records. They found the records that were secretly hidden about President Wash Your Daughter giving up America's top secret information to a writer doing his biography. All coming up. 5:13. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing?
XTRA 106.3 is committed to bringing you the local and national perspective you need and hearing your voice leading up to the election.
There are things that really worry me now about the upcoming election. It is inconceivable that the people of this country would ever vote for Kamala Harris for president. She is without accomplishment.
Proud to be Atlanta's conservative news and talk station. XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
The years fly by rapidly. Are your affairs in order so your loved ones are taken care of when that inevitable time arrives? This is Jim Niarchos from the All Four Seasons Home Show. This Saturday morning at 9, our guests will be the experienced pros from Nelson Elder Care Law. There are regulations that we do not know or understand, plus every state has different laws. It's wise to plan ahead, and Nelson Elder Care Law will navigate this complicated matrix for you. Don't miss this informative segment on the All Four Seasons Home Show.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on XTRA 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com. For
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
There are crazies on the road. Who knows where they're all going, but if one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant. He is the lawyer that used to work for the insurance company. The team at Van Sant Law knows who to call, what to say, and will make sure you get what you deserve and what the insurance company doesn't want to pay for. They have your best interest at heart and will take care of everything. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. My advice, save Van Sant Law in your phone. Today, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com.
Self-employed in 2021, you may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartSETC.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartSETC.com now. That's smartSETC.com.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start August 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Weather's warming up, and I can't wait to get to the ranch this summer, to paint, to roam. Cool summer nights with my family, being out by the campfire. I remember when I couldn't do a lot of these things because the altitude created a constant, unbearable pain for me. My wife, Tanya, insisted that I tried Relief Factor. I didn't think it would work for me. It's a 100% drug-free daily supplement. It's supposed to help your body fight pain naturally. I mean, I went to the best doctors in the world and they couldn't help me. I didn't think this would work. Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask the pain. It reduces or even eliminates it by reducing the inflammation in your body. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joint, muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you will start to feel the difference all day, every day. I've been taking Relief Factor for years now, and it has truly changed my life. ReliefFactor.com. 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. 800-4-RELIEF. ReliefFactor.com.
All right, I got now 5:19 in our 5 o'clock hour, brought to you by our friends at Lee Brand Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrand.com. Hey, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
The bad news, the Braves have lost 3 out of 4 since the All-Star break. All home games after falling 4-1 to the Reds last night. Managing only 3 hits, Eddie Rosario, the only RBI. The good news, the Braves have the 3rd easiest schedule for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Only the Giants and Cubs have easier schedules from here on out. The poor Red Sox have the hardest road ahead. The Phillies have the 7th hardest. All right. And David O'Brien reporting that the Braves held a team meeting a little bit ago, which is kind of unusual.
Fire them up a little bit, just kind of see what's going on. Yeah, that's good.
It was Nacho night last night. Rookie Nacho Alvarez Jr., but it was Nacho anybody's night. He went 0 for 4 in his Major League debut. His family couldn't get here from California last night, so they're going to be here tonight to watch their son. There wasn't one ball hit to him the entire game at second base. How weird is that?
Not as, oh my gosh, that's very weird. With all the left-handed batters, you think, and just being laid on a curveball or something. I can't believe it.
During his last at-bat in the 8th, the crowd chanted, "Let's go, Nacho," which made his night. Said he had 1,500 people chant his name, but never almost 40,000 people.
Oh, wow.
As to why his nickname is Nacho, his real name is Ignacio, and he says everyone with Ignacio goes by Nacho, just like every Robert is a Bob. The only time someone calls him Ignacio is when his mom is mad at him, he says. And we've all been there. My mom uses my full name, which is not Pete. The full name comes out when she was angry.
My mother used to give me a middle. I don't have a middle name, but she used to give me a middle name. She used to call me Morse. Kim Morse Peterson after Samuel F. B. Morse. For some reason, I don't know why.
Usually people put an F.
No, I know. I don't know why
there.
she used to call me to say that to me.
Nacho is playing third base tonight. Same two teams tonight. The 3-5 right-hander Nick Martinez for the Redlegs against the 13-3 Chris Sale for Atlanta. Braves will be without Austin Riley, whose wife went into labor with their second child. He's on paternity list leave. Austin missed the birth of his firstborn, so he wanted to be there for the second.
Good for him.
Luke Williams was brought up from Gwinnett to take his place. Travis d'Arnaud is batting cleanup tonight. That shows how short-handed they are. Zach Short batting ninth and playing second base. Jeff Passan of ESPN reporting the Braves are interested in Nationals outfielder Lane Thomas, a good player that kills the Braves and loves to smash left-handed pitching. He's a hustler. I would not mind seeing him in the Braves uni. I've always liked that kid, Lane Thomas.
Excellent.
I walked out of the building last night, right smack into the middle of a Braves parade. Ryan Klesko, Johnny Venters, Jair Jurgens, some of the names riding in the convertibles with Chipper Jones right at the end there. Pretty cool to see that. Big crowd lined up, too. Everybody loves a parade.
Huge crowd.
Who doesn't love a parade? They're getting ready for next year's All-Star Game here in Truist Park. The new logo unveiled for that, too. And no, it's not a drawing of the I-285 gridlock because they want to show what Atlanta's all about. And, well, if they're going to do,
anyway.
It's a very nice logo.
It is a good logo. It's pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah. The Braves have dropped to 10th on the Fox Sports MLB Power Rankings. The Phils are number 1. Attention, MLB banned these guys from baseball for life. That's what Keith Olbermann is saying. He is tweeting MLB and asking Rob Manfred to confiscate the Cardinals franchise and implode the stadium because they dared do supposedly a pro-Trump signal over the weekend playing the Braves. He says players are Trump Nazis and they should stick to sports. America has had enough of this blank, according to Oberman.
But gee, maybe
Remember
you
how
should
mad the
stick to
liberals got when the conservatives told them to just shut up and sing? And you can't tell us what to do. We can do anything. Yeah.
Shut
That's
up and dribble.
But Cardinals player Matt Carpenter explained the celebration was actually a callback to Alex Bertelson's college days when he was a rapper named Biscuit.
Oh, my. Of course. Biscuit.
I'm throwing the BS flag on this one. He said their hand over their ear was allegedly supposed to be invisible headphones.
Oh, no, but they just own up to it. My God, people are so freaking cowardly. Seriously, what a bunch of sissies.
They're afraid. Jeez. I used to be a rapper, too. My nickname was White Gravy.
There you go.
Remember, kids, you can play ball by wearing rainbow flags and raising your fist for George Floyd and BLM riots, but how dare you show pride in America? How dare you show you're going to vote for Trump? How dare you?
It's outrageous.
Former ESPN and Bulldog star David Pollack tweets, "What's the most college football tradition in all of college football?" To which Athens Steve replied, "Tennessee fans leaving the stadium at halftime against Georgia." Wait a second. Sorry, Vols fans. If you enjoyed Cocaine Bear, get ready for the sequel, Cocaine Shark. Scientists have analyzed 13 Brazilian sharp-nosed sharks captured off the coast of Rio de Janeiro. And every one of those sharks, they were dissected and studied. They found cocaine. Jeez. Last year, New Zealand found over 3.5 tons, more than 7,000 pounds of cocaine floating in the Pacific. In Italy, 70 bundles containing 1,600 individual packets of coke worth $450 million found floating in a raft in the waters off Sicily. Anybody want to go fishing this weekend? I'm thinking about checking this out. During Shark Week last year, 2 scientists took a closer look at how all the cocaine that's washed up on the beaches of Florida has affected the shark population. They found that when they simulated dropping bales of cocaine from an airplane into the water, multiple species of sharks took bites out of the bales, and one shark even dragged a bale off with him.
Holy cow.
Took the bale and took off. When captured, the shark answered to the name Tony Montana and bore a startling resemblance to Al Pacino.
But say hello to my little friend.
Say hello, my little Finn. My little Finn.
Little Finn in the back there,
It was a remora. His little friend was remora on his
eating
belly
his skin for him, yes.
An enterprising British man won $35,000 by betting that 8 golfers would not win the Open. Golfers like Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, and Tiger Woods. And Bryson was one of the favorites. To win $35,000, how much did Rufus Peabody have to put up to win the $35K?
$14.
Higher.
$17.40.
Higher.
$34.
Now you're talking crazy.
Oh, sorry.
$2 million American dollars.
Whoa. To win $34,000? Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
There's no way the guy would have been willing to lose $2 million in return for maybe winning $34,000. There's no, that's impossible. And by the way, I mean, mathematically, how could you have minus odds? I mean, I don't get it.
Obviously, you don't know the cut of the jib of Rufus Peabody.
Apparently, I don't. I don't know how to gamble,
that's
obviously.
What he did. Yeah. The IOC, or as we found out here in 96, the International Olympic Criminals have approved a new sport for the games. Esports.
Oh, no.
That's right. You may soon be able to win a gold medal for sitting on your butt and playing a video game.
Oh,
Say,
God.
Johnny, how'd you win that gold medal up in the wall? Why, I won it by blowing the most heads off opposing players' shoulders playing Call of Duty Neighborhood Watch.
Oh,
kablam, kablam, kablam.
Bad guy. Jeez.
On this day, July 23rd, 1956, Joe Cronin and Hank Greenberg inducted into the Hall of Fame. And in 1978, one of the greatest quotes ever in baseball, but one of the dumbest quotes ever, the Reggie Jackson-Billy Martin saga continued. Jackson returned as the Yankees were on a winning streak. When asked about Reggie Jackson and Yankees manager or owner George Steinbrenner, manager Martin replied, "The two deserve each other. One's a born liar, the other's convicted." George Steinbrenner, the owner, lukewarm, always, took the middle ground and everything, basically laughed at it and played it up.
Yeah.
Or he fired Martin the next day and replaced him with Bob Lemon after a one-game stint by Dick Hauser. So he basically fired him for calling him a convicted liar.
One's going to confirm liar, the other's convicted. Well, in fact, wasn't he convicted of a crime of some business thing? Wasn't it
he was giving an illegal contribution to the Nixon re-election campaign. And he was suspended from baseball. Yeah.
Oh, man. I love it. Pete, Dave, 428, but we have so much more. Our birthday list includes Gary Payton. Gary Payton, hold on, I got to get my thing here. But Gary Payton is 56, retired NBA Hall of Famer known as the Glove. His nickname because of his mad defensive skills. 2006, he helped Miami Heat win their first ever championship. Gary Payton, 56 years old. Let's see. Nomar Garciaparra, 51, the only player in MLB history with a last name Garciaparra. He's one of only 13 players to have ever scored 2 grand slams in one game, same game. He's retired now, and he analyzes games for Sportsnet. Nomar is 51.
He scored 2 grand slams? What are you, Jimmy Kavanaugh of the A's?
It says first to have ever scored.
Where did he go to school?
I don't remember. Georgia Tech, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Georgia Tech. I do remember. Thank you. And let's see. On this day, 1962, did you mention Jackie Robinson inducted in the Hall of Fame on this day? Broke the color barrier.
Really?
From
That wasn't part of the sports thing I had.
I know. It's unbelievable. That's why I thought maybe I missed it because it was Jackie Robinson Hall of Fame. And one more on this day, as we remember, 1996, Pete, at the Olympics, Carrie Strug made her. I remember watching this on TV, and I was astounded. I mean, she was limping and landed on one foot. She had hurt her leg, her final vault, with torn ligaments in her ankle, clinching the gold for the U.S. women's gymnasts and earning their first ever Olympic team gold medal. And when she landed on one foot and started hopping around, remember Bella Lugosi or whatever his name is, the coach Bella Lombando with his wife, Caroli, and his wife, the coaches and stuff. He picked her up and carried her off the floor. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I was yelling and screaming. I thought, boy, what an event that was. Holy cow. That was
I think
the
Bella
96.
Lugosi was a better
might have been a better thing. And Tiger Woods, the youngest player to win the Grand Slam, career slam at the age of 24 when he won the British Open on this day in 2000, 24 years ago today. 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. So much more coming up. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. Pete's tweets and Flounder's funny. And, we got Carmela's cheers. Oh, we got it all. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, 5:30. I got it.
for your Georgia headlines, presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Day 5 of the global software outage continues with more frustration for travelers who have been stuck at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. According to FlightAware, hundreds of flights were canceled at the Atlanta airport. More than 250 flights were canceled on Monday morning, and over 700 flights have been canceled in the last 24 hours. Microsoft released a statement saying that a CrowdStrike update was responsible for bringing down a number of IT systems globally, and they were actively supporting customers to assist in their recovery. Georgia Democrat Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, along with several Democratic state lawmakers, have publicly endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. The Georgia Democratic Party says they believe the 108 delegates that will be representing Georgia at next month's Democratic National Convention will be supporting Harris during the roll call vote.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth has it for you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the Subaru Forester, the SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where the adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com or come visit us today on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. We're Subaru of Gwinnett.
It's that time of year again when the owner of Central Heating and Air Conditioning, Chuck, brings back the 4th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Hey, it's Tug for Central Heating and Air Conditioning. If you want to help give back to the community, all you have to do is sign up for a maintenance agreement with Central Heating and Air Conditioning, and $10 from every new maintenance agreement will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. The more maintenance agreements you sign up for, the bigger and better we can make the 4th annual Christmas in July for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Central services all makes and models. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. So call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com to sign up for a maintenance agreement and help Chuck and Central Heating and Air give back to the community. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier experts.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Who says you have to wait until December to celebrate Christmas? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon. Right now at Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we're celebrating Christmas in July in all of our locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. Stop in today and enjoy our 12 days of deals on everything in our stores. Surprise your special someone with a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet, earrings, ring, or necklace. And to make your purchase even easier, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering up to 60 months interest-free financing. That's 5 years to pay for that special gift, interest-free. And while you're at it, why not break out the tree, string up the lights, and pour yourself some eggnog? Make this a Christmas to remember with our 12 days of deals. Don't wait until December. Find some of the biggest savings of the year at Solomon Brothers Jewelers during our Christmas in July event. Visit us on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and Fisher Road in Sharpsburg, and online at SolomonBrothers.com. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, now the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Hey fans, summer is here and you know what that means. Exterior painting season. At Atlanta Painting Company, this summer, save 10% off of all exterior projects and get a free color consultation. We understand how valuable your home is, so protect your investment with our industry-leading warranty and unmatched customer service. Don't just take our word for it. We have over 900 Google reviews telling you why we're the painters you can trust. Ready to get started? Visit us online at atlantapaintingcompany.com to schedule your free home consultation. The Atlanta Painting Company, the painters you can trust.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
537. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? A little lead action here. 77 Led Zeppelin drummer John Bonham charged with assault after a concert at the Oakland Coliseum. Bonham and band manager Peter Grant had the help of their bodyguard roughing up a security employee at the venue. After pleading guilty to misdemeanors beating him up, the accused settled out of court for $2 million. The Led Zeppelin tour eventually would be canceled after Robert Plant's son died a few days later. Good Lord, 1977. Anyway, 537, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Our birthday list includes, I love this little girl, Edie McClung. Edie McClung is 79. She was Mr. Rooney's secretary in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh, no, he's a righteous dude. Oh, he likes greasers and home. You know, she's just a great, that whole character of her with Mr. Rooney, her facial expressions. I mean, what a great role. Her name is Edie McClung, 79. She was also in Mrs. Poole and the Hogan Family and Minnie, the Lost Tourist in the Cars movies. I have no idea what that is. And on this day in... Oh, I just lost my phone. I got history double phone here with the thing. On this day in history... In 1967, Democrats spark one of the worst riots in American history in the heart of Detroit's black Democrat community. 7,000 National Guard troops and Army soldiers had to stop the mayhem, which after 4 days left about 50 people dead and 400 wounded. They also burned down 1,400 buildings. The raid was a complaint against white police officers who raided an after-hours illegal bar called the Blind Pig. The bar was hosting a welcome home party for 2 Vietnam veterans. There were 85 patrons in there. 82 of them were black. So the reaction was, oh, you came in to arrest all these black people, did you? Well, witnesses to the raid protested, vandalized property, looted businesses, started fires. Rumors were the police had brutalized the occupants. The crowd went nuts. After an hour, the police entered. Somebody threw a bottle through the rear window of a police cruiser, and the riot began, and 50 people died, and hundreds got wounded in 1967 by Democrats on this day in Detroit. 539, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Donald Trump, just in the day, says he would be very happy not only to debate Carmela's side piece. He says he's open to debating her more than once. Absolutely, quote, I'd want to. I think it's important, he said today when asked by the reporters in a conference call. I'd be willing to do more than one debate, actually. And minutes later, he said, I have not agreed to anything. I agreed to a debate with Joe Biden. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen about that. But anyway... the former president said, I think debating is important for a presidential race. If you're a Democrat nominee or Republican nominee, you have an obligation to debate. I think it's very important. So we shall see. And everybody's now saying, oh, she's a great debater, man. She's so smart, you know. Well,
Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her.
Yeah.
Just destroyed her.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this word salad. And by the way, there's even more.
Not only did she destroy her, she did it in 50 seconds.
We should play that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll find that and we'll play it.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And she's got new cheers now going on. Carmela's side piece to keep America free. She went down in history. And geometry and trigonometry. Well, anyway, that may not be I don't know if that's the right proper. But oh, hey. 540. 540, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Oh, and by the way, Donald Trump said there are two words to describe Carmela Shiftless and Lazy side piece. The two words to describe her, vicious and dumb. And that is a bad combination. And let's remember, she's a nasty, snotty woman. And what?
Her staff, 90% of her staff left after the first year or so.
She's impossible to work for. And not only that, she's so entitled that she blames them for everything. She complains when they haven't somehow read her mind on what she wanted actually in the first place, and they keep quitting. I mean, these people go to Washington. If you are a staff member in Washington, that's what you wanted to do for your career. You wanted to be in the heart of politics in Washington, D.C., working for the vice president, working for a presidential, working for the White House staff. Oh, my God. And then all of a sudden, this snake turns on you and makes your life so miserable you have to quit.
And she's lazy. They say she won't do her work. She won't do her homework.
Well, we know that. It's one after another. Even foreign leaders. I can't find it. Of course, it figures. No, that's not it. Anyway, some foreign leaders are saying. Here we go. Oh no, that's not it. It's somewhere on here. I've got a story. The foreign leaders years ago were saying, she's invisible. She just doesn't do anything. She doesn't engage anything, and she's just kind of there, but she's not. She's got nothing. And we made her the borders czar. She'd never been there. All she said was, I'm going to look at the root causes. Hell, I know the root causes. They want a better life. Ta-da! Where's my money? I mean, come on. What a joke. She was in charge of AI. Remember that? He put her in charge of investigating AI and the danger to America for the future.
All right, I found that audio.
What has she done?
Here we go. Flounder, good work. What do you got?
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way. When you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Not only that, as a DA in San Francisco between 2004 and 2011, she drew left-wing unease over the fact that she supervised 2,000 convictions for marijuana. After she bragged about smoking pot in college, listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg, even though the songs she mentioned were not out until, she lied about it.
She lied. They weren't around when she was in college.
Yeah. And not only that, her father, by the way, again, she's Jamaican and Indian. She's Jamaican. And her father was horribly offended. The family was saying, how dare you say, you were a pothead and the family you're smoking on, getting high and stuff. Oh, my God. These people are just trash. I mean, they have the morals of an alley cat. Side piece for Willie Brown while he was a married man. She was 20-something. He was 60. He got her jobs on boards that paid her $130,000 a year to go to meetings twice a month. I mean, come on. And then Montel Williams' side piece, too. Hold on, we got tweets and we got Pete. And so what better opportunity to tell you what the funny things going on in social media with Pete's tweets.
All right, only 5 left here. There's a pretty good show from 2020 on Amazon Prime called Upload from the same guy who did The Office. It's set in the near future, which is now. Yeah. And on the wall in one shot is a campaign poster for the 2024 presidential election.
Really?
Joe Biden is not on that poster. Kamala is, but she's not running for president. She's still the VP. Oprah is on the top of the ticket.
They talked about Oprah.
I know.
They have actually seriously talked about Oprah being part of the presidential ticket.
Yeah. We now know why Joe has not stepped down as president yet, because Queen Jill refuses to cancel her trip to Paris for the opening ceremonies of the Olympics this weekend. I wonder what style of upholstery the good doctor will be wearing for the fashion plates of Paris there. She wants to go to Paris. She doesn't care.
Right.
I mean, it's the worst time of his life, and she, outside of the death of his first wife, and she takes off for Paris. She don't care.
Read the Vanity Fair interview with her about how she loves being a queen, being driven around and being treated like royalty. Unreal.
Clown World is a new bio for Kamala. The title is From Deep Throat to Deep State, An American Journey. Carmen would like to point out that we are now living in what will be the most difficult section of someone's history exam in the year 2060, which is absolutely true. And I'm going to use a word here you don't like, Kimmer, but I'm reporting on this.
Okay. All right.
Clown World tweets a pic of what is written on the back of a Kia SUV. It reads, "Blank the Democrats. I'm gay, not retarded."
Okay. Again, we don't use that word because it's out of context. That's true. That's true. Well, and by the way, what a time. I mean, social media is exploding with this stuff. You can't go anywhere without thinking about it. And I mean, just as this.
I hope young people are realizing that they're living in a time that 30, 40, 50 years from now, their kids and grandkids will be asking, what was it like?
What that must have been like. Yeah, it's like, for me, it's like the 60s. People like you asking me, what was that like in the 60s when all this stuff was going on? I'm telling you, are living through a time that has never been done before.
Never.
This is very, very exotic and strange. And you're part of it. My God, 547, Kimmer, Pete, and Flauta. So much more.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on XTRA 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and quite frankly, we were concerned.
About what?
Apparently, you were arrested for throwing a shopping cart at a customer?
In my defense, he had it coming.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
When storms wreak havoc on your home, who do you trust to make things right? Look no further than Southern Exteriors. Hey, it's Tug. With over 25 years experience, they understand the urgency of storm damage. They offer emergency response and free estimates to assess the situation and get your home back on track. Southern Exteriors is committed to your home's long-term well-being. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, windows, or doors, they have the expertise to handle it all. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, restoring peace of mind one storm at a time.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Josh Forbes with Scram Systems. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, cpapsetc.com.
The Braves are making back to school a little brighter this August with 10 days of amazing giveaways. Don't miss the Ronald Acuna Jr. 41 home runs bobblehead presented by Napa, the Outcast bobblehead, Ozzy Albies and his dog bobblehead presented by NextGuard, and many more. Come enjoy great baseball and collect these must-have items. Visit Braves.com/promos to see all of August's A-plus giveaways and to get your tickets. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Yep. There we go. It's all good. The Stones.
I met a gentle ballroom queen in Memphis.
Mick Jagger and the boys.
She tried to take me upstairs for
Now this one you can't play everywhere, right? I think 1969, the Stones #1 British singles chart with Honky Tonk Women. It was their 8th and last British #1. Well, I didn't know that. It was written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards while on holiday in Brazil. And the Stones initially recorded the track as Country Honk in London in early March '69. Brian Jones was there for that one recording. The Stones. Anyway, birthday list includes Stephanie Seymour, 56, legendary Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated model. Stephanie Seymour dated Axl Rose, and she is the bride of Guns N' Roses' she is the bride in Guns N' Roses' November Rain video. I have not seen that, so I don't know what that means. Let's see. Ronnie Cox. You know this guy. He's 86 years old. Captain Booglemill in the Beverly Hills Cop movies. Some of you may also remember him as Drew in Deliverance. And he was one of the guys on the boat, on the canoe trip thing there. What's that?
He was in RoboCop, too.
And
RoboCop.
Yeah, very well known. If you saw his face, you know who he was. Oh, he's 86. He had been around. The first woman in space died on this day in 2012. Sally Ride suffered from pancreatic cancer. She was 61. Sally Ride first blasted into space on the shuttle Challenger in 1983. Oh, and one more birthday. Belinda Montgomery's 74 years old today. I always thought she was just a sweet, nice, decent. I'll bet she's just a great girl. Belinda Montgomery, 74. She was Doogie Howser's mom, and she also played with a guy from Dallas in that underwater aqua movie. I can't remember.
Man from Atlantis.
Man from Atlantis.
Patrick
You
Duffy.
keep saying that, Patrick Duffy. Every time.
I like that show.
I was there, yeah. And I interviewed them on TV. And they couldn't have been nicer in the 70s, like 1978 or something. She was beautiful, just a sweet, nice, kind of an all-American type girl. Always seemed, just a nice person. So anyway, good for her. Happy birthday. 5:53. Incidentally,
she's Canadian, by the way.
Well, yeah, there you are. By the way, Carmela has some things to say, a little thing today, and including a new cheer. Goes something like this. Shiftless lazy, something on the side. Student loaners, board and sneakers, get a free ride. Hawk Tua! Carmela. So it's kind of a new, they got several different cheers coming out here with Carmela. She is now, she had a rally today. And again, on TV, I actually saw the video this morning, late this morning, about 4 hours before she was going to give her rally in Milwaukee. Carmela's side piece had 20 people showed up. 4 hours before the rally, 20 people. I counted them. You can see them. Now, how many people would have been at a Donald Trump rally 4 hours? I mean, my God. And by the way, the total few is a couple thousand. Here's the Vice President of the United States running for president. By the way, the insurrection is complete. The Democrats pulled off an insurrection. They got rid of their target and now put in the person they wanted, pushing aside all the votes, pushing aside all the primary votes, all the money, everything else. They committed an insurrection. They got away with it. And she is their guy. And so she shows up at a rally. So, okay, the vice president, they want her to be the first female president, and 2,000 people show up for her rally in a swing state? 2,000? Anyway, she said all the crowd was shouting, lock him up about Donald Trump. I tried to act like a prosecutor. He's a convicted felon, all that kind of stuff. She also, Pete mentioned earlier, I haven't seen it written down yet. I don't know why there's not more written about this, that she's coming after our guns. She wants some sort of a confiscation program? I don't think so. Anyway, God almighty. These people are nuts. I tell you, they're freaking nuts. Let's see what else. Oh, can I do one quick thing? Flounder sent me a very nice message. And I hate to make like a personal thing about it, but it was an email from a lady named Kimberly. Says, I lived in the Atlanta area in the early 2000s. I was working as a nanny. You were on when I had to go to school and do pickup. I enjoyed listening a lot, and I was a faithful listener. A core memory for me is when the traffic guy, sorry, I can't remember his name, Keith Callan. With the perspicacity and the ladder in the roadway, Keith Callan, God, who could forget that, he died, and I was trying to get to his funeral, and the GPS got me lost, and I was so upset. That's true. I locked in my GPS, and it gave me the wrong Spring Street or whatever, and I was like 40 minutes late. In fact, I got there to Keith Callan's funeral at the end of it. It was all over when I finally walked in, but I did get to go up and caress his widow and his family and give them my... But again, I got there after it was all over, because of the GPS map locations. Anyway, she said, I even bought one of your CDs for my dad for Christmas. I then moved out of the area 20 years ago. My husband and I bought a house in Reynolds, Georgia, about a year and a half ago. My daughter lives in Canton. So I drive through Atlanta at least once a month. Driving through on June, I'm flipping through channels. I heard a familiar voice. I was so excited to hear your voice. I can't get the radio station here in Reynolds, but I'm on streaming it on my phone every day. Thank you for continuing conservative voice out there. A grateful listener, Trump Vance 2024, and that's from I will give her last name, from Kimberly. And again, Flounder, I tried to type in her email address on my phone to send her a thank you directly, and it wouldn't send. I don't know what you have to do or whatever, but for some reason.
Show me it tomorrow, and we'll get an email.
Anyway, I wanted to thank her and thank you. I mean, what a sweet thing, and people do sweet things. We try to make them public.
Is that Reynolds Plantation? You said?
Yeah, Reynolds Plantation, and a daughter lives in Canton.
We have a lot of listeners out there at Lake Oconee.
Yep.
We have a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Listen to. Yep. In fact, our former boss or former PD lives out there.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, he was one I went to and said, you're going to have to fire me because I just said the F-bomb on the radio.
He's the one that was he was a hold of my right arm when I was going to knock that idiot out on the air.
Oh, yeah. God, now if you had to ask.
Michael something. We don't have to give his name.
Oh, God.
Anyway. He had said something about you.
Yeah, and after Michael Brown, the morning guy, I did a bit about me being in love with my horse or something, and I said, I'm going to kill him in the morning, and so they told him, don't come in. They actually told Michael Brown, don't come in because Peterson's looking for you. Hey, how about one more Flounder's funny? Flounder, if you don't mind, sir. 558, right here. Right.
I've been trying to lose weight. I'm taking it pretty seriously. I just switched over to Sprite. So yeah, that goes for a couple of weeks. I did try keto for a minute. You guys ever do keto? A diet where you just eat pork chops? You guys... Listen, I don't know much, but I know a brick of cream cheese isn't a healthy alternative. I did keto. I put on 35 pounds. I was on it for 4 hours. I got to do something, though. It's starting to get difficult for me to fly. Well, difficult for me and the poor son of a bitch sitting next to me. It's getting difficult for us to fly. And don't feel bad. Don't think fat people don't know. We see you looking at us when we get on the airplane. Yeah, we see your heads pop into the aisle like, where the f*** is he going? Please don't be 29B. Come on, man. As I'm walking sideways through first class.
Who's that, Flounder?
That is Mr. He goes by H. Foley.
H. Foley. Well, anyway, thank you so much. Pete Davidson, Flounder, and it's only me, the Kimmer. I gotta go. You're killing me. Christine, sing me home, baby. Hoorah, tomorrow hump day. Herp, go Braves. Look out. Hoorah.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra. Every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on WFOM Marietta, Extra 106.3.